Okay, now we have the clickbait stream title. Now we have, let's see. We have the YouTube video that we can react to.
Yeah, are we gonna watch the YouTube video? Because I was just gonna do this.
I don't think we're gonna watch the YouTube video, but I think what's probably gonna happen is I want their VOD able to refer back to if somebody in chat brings up a particularly good moment. Like, first and foremost, I need to fucking find that one part where Gavin Verhey was like, "This one's hot."
We might be getting an
Hang on, I don't think I have both of our, like, the shared chat.
Oh, the share chat's not turned on yet because I'm an idiot, but I'm gonna. All right, are you ready to dock?
Sure, yeah.
All right, the chats are now docked. Everyone, we're live with 3-3-Elk today, the internet's favorite e-boy, and we've now shared our chats. We're going to be reacting to Final Fantasy for as long as we physically can, and then we're going to talk about Aetherdrift.
Yes. Hello.
By your powers combined, become Deerhound. See, I was saying Twinkie in the brain, but Elk let me know that Twitch would not allow me to do it.
You cannot type twink into a stream title. I have tried.
Not even Twinkie? Not even Twinkie?
A Twinkie might fly.
All right, so let me go to... I'm gonna go to Weekly MTG's channel, and I'm just waiting for this fucking VOD to come up. It's up! Ha ha! Excelsior.
Can you give me a link to the VOD?
Yeah. Oh, do you not know twitch.tv/videos23847102330?
No, I can't say that I do.
Are you not up on the happenings? Like some type of old person?
Well, you're dust compared to me.
I'm 21.
You're 21?
Yeah.
I'm older than you.
Yeah. How do you feel now? Now that you've been fooled by a liar who's very old.
There's no way. There's no way.
Troper, thank you for the 45-bit cheer. The critically acclaimed massive multiplayer online role-playing game, Final Fantasy 14. We got a set. We got a fucking set. Yeah, no, I'm lying, everyone. I'm like 30. 21 in Benjamin Button age. Yeah, my hairline's 40. My hairline's 40. My soul's 20. It all evens out.
First look.
Chat instantly fell for. I mean, that's the beauty of having relatively good skin. People will just listen when you say shit like that.
You definitely look like a young 30-year-old instead of like a 60 30-year-old.
You
know what I mean?
bitch. You little... you... Yeah? Yeah? What's up, Toppet? I'm doing good today. I am with my friend 3-3-Elk, and we are going to be, I don't know.
Friend?
We are, and now I've said it. I've spoken it into the world. So it's too late for you to back out. Anybody I live react to Twitch content with is a friend.
Aw, that's lovely.
Wait, is 3-3-Elk an Oko joke? Incredible. Are you an Oko joke, 3-3-Elk?
Who's Oko?
Damn. Switch GM, we're going to put you in timeout for assuming things about Elk's lore.
No, he's a Switch. He's allowed to stay.
Oh my god. Mauled is a Joseph Anderson viewer. Hell yeah. Who the fuck is Joseph Anderson?
I've just been letting the VOD run, by the way, just like first.
You're just letting the VOD run? Do you?
No. It does. It's like it's starting soon, so it's been nothing the entire time.
Okay. So the way I typically do the react content is I just don't listen or react to anything, and I just skip ahead to the little bits where the cards are, and I'm like, that looks crazy, and then I skip ahead to the next little bit where the cards are.
This is why I made fucking a PowerPoint.
This is why.
You've been letting the VOD run? No, I'm not that stupid. I'm a little dumb, but I'm not that bad.
Also, who in the hell is Joseph Anderson? Hold on, I gotta.
Joseph Anderson, he's a video reviewer. He's a video game reviewer, journalist type deal.
Oh, his image appears to be a literal dragon.
Yeah, he's sick. Not like he's sick. He's like cool.
Right, he's ill.
By the way,
he's
by
ill.
the way, Doug, thank you for the Prime sub.
Oh hell yeah, Doug! That's what I'm fucking talking about. We have
Doug with infinite G's.
Bro publishes one video every other year. What the hell?
Yeah, but his videos are like really long and in depth and long-winded. He's like the Ristic Studies of video game reviews. Like he yaps. He's a yapster. You can put him on when you're going to bed.
I see one video at 6.9 million views. That's my goat. That's my goat. Knows when to quit. We need Mauled, Elk, Snail, and Trinket to play Commander together. I wonder what brews would be built. That would look like the three of them bully the fuck out of me. I think they all enjoy playing better Magic than I do, which is very.
Why does Elk look more expressive than Mauled right now?
It's because Elk's VTuber is forever frozen mid-serve. Okay, I can't replicate that at every fucking moment of the day.
Yeah, I'm pretty sick.
All right, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm not even. Elk's not PNG tubing. Elk is GIF tubing. Elk is.
Only fiends. I prefer only fawns.
Oh Lord. What's up, Alec man? All right, I'm opening up the slideshow.
Hell yeah.
1,400 trips. Thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to Doghouse. So anybody, guys, look at this cutscene that Elk has downloaded for us in like apparently 12 entire pixels. Is that?
Wait, can you not see it? Okay. Oh, the
No, I can't. The yeah.
It's the Final Fantasy stream.
The just kidding Final Fantasy stream.
Yeah, I found the lowest quality GIF on purpose.
Oh. All right.
Yeah. So we're gonna look at yesterday's reveals first. These are the cards.
Yeah.
That were revealed yesterday.
The most okayest commanders that have ever been dropped into this game.
So first up, of course, we have Cloud.
Yeah. Hey, immediate thumbs up, thumbs down, Caesar. How do we feel about this? Oh wait, how many hooves? How many hooves are you giving Cloud?
So I need to read it first because I haven't read these very.
You haven't read these? Oh, this is beautiful. Yeah. Read these cards.
It's a Naya commander, 2 red, green, white, haste. When it enters, attach 1 target equipment you control to it. Okay, Colossus Hammer.
Yeah.
When it attacks, draw a card for each equipped attacking creature you control. Then a Cloud create 2 treasure. Dude, this is fucking everything. This is great.
Yeah, this is Naya, your entire deck. I cannot wait to meet Cloud's lieutenant, 3-Dog, Galaxy DJ. I love when they try to distract the Naya players from getting a 1-turn Voltron kill by being like, but we'll give you a liver treat if you Voltron multiple. If you go wide, we'll give you
the two treasure tokens you get off of this is some jingling keys. Thank you, by the way, for the gifted sub, Artifacts.
Hell yeah, Artifacts.
So yeah, no, I think that first part of Cloud's ability, whenever Cloud attacks, draw a card for each equipped attacking creature you control. You're only gonna draw a card, because Cloud is gonna be swinging with 14 power, and then you're gonna make 2 treasure tokens.
Yeah, we're all putting the fucking dumpy hammer on this guy. Hold on, let me. For those of you. This is one of the not the worst, but just the dumbest cards in Magic, because they printed a 1-mana artifact that gives something +10/+10, and then they were like, but we'll put it behind this massive equipment cost that we will then make 20 different ways to cheat and pay nothing for, and now that is every Cloud deck.
What's funny is that loses flying, by the way, is time-stamped. So if you equip this to the Cloud first and then you give Cloud flying,
oh yeah, layers.
You'll have flying.
Yeah, you can cheat the layers. I feel like I honestly don't think it's going to be Colossus Hammer. I think Colossus Hammer is going to be the first line of attack. Like, that's the starter item in this guy's inventory.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like, he has 4 power, which is a very magic number, and even they even tell you, hey, power 7. Like, that turns Cloud into a 3-hit. So I'm more like thinking, like, you know, even Blackblade Reforged would be pretty decent.
Blackblade. So Blackblade Reforged. You get what?
Behemoth-Selch gets trample and lifelink and +2/+2. Like, you get some good equipment in white and green.
How the fuck do you know what equipments are?
I look at cards.
Oh, you're a dirty Selesnya player. I forgot about that. I forgot that you're. I forgot that you're a dirty Selesnya player. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty decent. I mean, you definitely need ways to give him trample lifelink so that he's not just like farming mobs for your entire game. Because without evasion or trample, he is just gonna infect one shot. Crafting, how about you shut up? Crafting, how about you get in the fucking corner like I told you to? God damn it. Who let you out?
I did call it Behemoth-Selch. Locks it on Warhammer might actually be the better equipment here. Gets +3/+0 and has trample and lifelink.
Yeah, getting it to 7 just for the treasures. I mean, who could kill 4 butt in modern Commander? All of us have 2/2 synergy pieces.
Get rid of this thing. Destroy it. Yeah, no, Cloud's definitely kill on sight, but here's the thing, the on sight.
Oh, you liar.
Needs to be instant speed. You can't kill this thing.
You fucking liar, kill on sight.
Dude, this thing comes down and hits you for like 1 billion. Like,
it comes down and hits you for 7. I mean, like, I disagree with you. I think it is something you would need to kill very quickly, depending on how much setup you've allowed the dipshit Naya player to get. But if you go turn 1 ramp, turn 2 ramp, turn 3 cloud, like, you don't have to fucking kill that guy. I reserve kill on sight for commanders where it's like in a vacuum or they are the setup piece. You have to murder them. I'm
terrified of the guy that goes Blackblade Reforged, locks it on Warhammer all throughout his curve.
Oh yeah, sorry, my fault. Did you just reveal to the listening audience that setup is good?
Yeah, setup's insane.
Wait a minute. Are you on that new hot tech of like if you have synergy pieces that could be pretty good?
Well, I need to drill it into the audience because the second people have green in their deck, they're just like, I'm gonna ramp for do nothing but ramp for my first 3 turns, and I'm gonna play my payoff commander with no setup.
Yeah, that's like I think
so frequently.
Like I think you go one of your turns is still ramping because you're green, go fuck yourself. And then one of your turns is you play one of these good equipments, and then you either try to rip Cloud or you try to like ramp even more to play Cloud with like Timio's safekeeping or something. But you basically just go, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I give Cloud. It is going to be important what the Buster Sword does, because I don't think they've spoiled that. Imagine if that shit is like +6/+6 infect, baby.
I'm glad that Boros is beating the equipment allegations by adding green into their color identity, though.
Oh yeah, very kind of them. I do really like that they are trying to trick the Naya player into going wide. The Naya Voltron player specifically, with the draw card for each attacking creature. Like, because, hey, Bitterthorn is fucking back. Bitterthorn is back as fuck with this guy.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to fool anyone. I think people are going to just mash people with Cloud, which is fine.
See, I don't even think that's true. Or I think, like I think what's going to happen is people are going to start... So, this may be our first point of contentious disagreement. I think that Voltron decks should all be Stax decks. I think that's the only thing that makes a goddamn lick of sense in today's Magic the Gathering.
What? I actually have a Sephara deck. Sephara is a big 7/7 angel in the command zone.
Mm-hmm.
And I built that deck as a stacks deck, literally for that reason.
Yeah.
Just so I could live long enough to slow the game down long enough to actually win with combat damage.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Because Voltron. All right, then let me secure the tinfoil even more to my head. Because to me it follows because I think Voltron is just the worst possible combo you can play. And generally, if you have like it's just it's a glacial combo. It is.
I tend to fold Voltron more in with like tempo rather than combo. I get the point you're trying to lay down, but I think it's a lot more aggressive than it is like combo-y.
I think it can be, but I feel like if you go aggressive, all that happens is you get killed. I think it's aggressive in a vacuum. I don't think it should be aggressive in the context of today's commander, because I think removal is so prevalent that
that's fair.
It just you're like a snarling chihuahua. So I could really see turns of get equipment I want, get living weapon equipments, swing with all those motherfuckers when I play Cloud just to get a big burst of card draw, and then begin playing my game plan from there.
It's reminding me of people who call Burn a combo deck, but you just have like 90 combo pieces, like 90 billion, like 90% of your deck combo.
True.
And then you just need to draw any 6 of them.
Well, it's not a combo, but it is a kicker deck for sure.
Yeah. As in you kick one player to death and then you move on to the next one.
Yes. All right, fuck this guy. Tidus.
Right, yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Tidus, Yuna's Guardian. Bant. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may move a counter from target creature you control onto a second target creature you control. So you can't put stun counters on your opponent's things from your things. That's terrible. Here, whenever one or more creatures you control counters on them deal combat damage to a player, you may draw a card and proliferate. Do this only once each turn. The proliferate's kind of cute.
Don't snore at Bant finally being incentivized to swing. Jesus God, they've been watching paint dry for 2 decades, and now we've finally got a card that's going to make them punch somebody.
Yeah, I mean, we had Rigo Streetwise Mentor in Streets of New Capenna. I think that might be the only card I can ever think about. That is, Cross Defense Contractor makes your opponents swing at each other.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have also already heard this card called New Atraxa.
I don't know if this is New Atraxa.
I do. It's not.
The first ability is worst Luminarch Aspirant ever. Like, you just move a counter instead of getting +1 counter.
Mm-hmm.
And then... yeah, draw a card and proliferate. I mean, that's not bad. You turn a creature into a thrumming bird that draws you a card, right?
Yeah, it's good. You definitely need... you need some type of, like, low to the ground, really good card for casual, like Blighted Agent. Like, that's going to be perfect.
Yeah. This is never... You can't draw multiple cards off this, right? You do this
right,
only
yeah.
once.
You only get it once.
Player, but... it's just, yeah. You know, it's like, this one definitely doesn't leave me filled with too much joy.
Crystalline Giant assembles the Rube Goldberg here. I like that. I like that. Hot Crystalline Giant tech.
You guys should hit up the Crystalline Giant website. There's a website meant specifically for tracking your Crystalline Giant counters, and it'll randomly do it for you. That's how you know a card is well
This
designed,
is
a fucking website for it.
Yeah, this is really good. But yeah, this is like the most okayest card ever, and it's just Bant, but you have a reason to swing out before you have lethal, which I will always applaud. D-Man, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. I see you're getting back into the fur community. Very proud of you, my boy. First of all, back? Second of all, into? Anyway. Tidus is just honest magic. Bant's never been honest a day in their life. Don't say that. Tidus is...
I want to hit someone and proliferate my Magistrate Scepter and then keep doing that every
Stop it with the Scepter!
I love the Scepter.
I need to look at this card. So it's 3 charge counters, extra turn. No. Now you're bracket 4. They said. They said you bitch. They said you bitch.
Okay. We're gonna have a video tomorrow, the Magic Mirror podcast with Attack on Cardboard, member of the CFIB, as Rebel likes to call it, the Commander format.
The COOF.
The COOF. We talked about brackets in that episode, and I asked, hey, listen, is an infinite turn combo the same as chaining turns? Because one's deterministic, one's like, let's see if I'm gonna roll the dice and see if I hit my 5% chance. No one wants to see one. The other one is like, okay, let's shuffle up and play again.
Mm-hmm.
And Attack on Cardboard was like, I don't know. I'm like, that's scary. I
think the difference is it's like a super hard thing to. I know some motherfuckers. Listen, back in the streets of Jacksonville, Florida, I know some motherfuckers who could take infinite turns to not win the game.
Yeah.
So I do think there is and I think that's a hard sentence to fit on the graphic. Yeah, you can take infinite turns if you also have something that turns infinite turns into infinite wins.
Yeah, like I'll pick up my deck and show you my Blue Sun Zenith, but there's some sadist out there that'll be like, oh, we're gonna go to Pecktown with Thrumming Bird here.
Yeah, I'd respect Pecktown. Nobody brings flyers. Come on, you tell me. Here are the handcuffs. Get in the car. We're taking you to Pecktown. Like, yeah, sure. Because I think it's also like, I think infinites in general are just a thing that have to and should exist outside the bracket system. Because like whatever bracket I like playing in outside of 4, I never want to fucking see you go infinite. I don't care how many cards it took. I don't care how cute it was. I don't care how like if your grandma gave you the recipe. But I also realize that's just a like me bias and not a legitimate quality of whether or not infinites are broken.
Yeah, I'm down with infinites in the bracket 3 where they belong. I think 3 and 4 is totally fine for infinites. I'm happy when the game ends. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have an infinite combo, like that's cool.
Like we do got to let people out.
Okay, I'm done talking about Tidus.
Oh, hold on. No, Neth is rolling on you. Elk, weren't you the one who told me my 4/5 flying commander was a sufficient win con? Sounds like somebody loves Pecktown. Sounds like somebody is from the mean streets of Pecktown in the middle of Peck Nation.
If you have like a Hate Bears deck or
Holy
you're just
shit.
like rocking out, yeah, hell yeah.
Holy shit, cat girl. All right, so I think the first thing to understand about Y'shtola is how many alternate arts are we getting? Because nobody's going to be normal. I don't care that they didn't put human on the type line. Nobody's being normal about this card.
Yeah. So for me, this is the first card I've actually seen. It says each end step, and it's any player. So you can Necropotence or like Greed.
Why did you go there?
Yeah, put the Selenia Dark Angel aside, life swap players. Here's your new commander.
This is why. This is why I can't be in the Elk pod, because I saw this card and I was like, holy shit, I get to draw a card for the green player hitting somebody else? That's amazing. And Elk went, Necropotence! Necropotence!
You can't rely on your opponents. You need to be the one turning the dials.
Yeah. I did at least get to the greed, but I was like, that second effect seems super fine to me. The second effect
just screams, we don't want Isochron Scepter to combo with this card.
Yeah. please put down the scepter.
This shit does not go infinite with dramatic reversal.
But each end step a player is, because imagine you play this and the green player is like, I'ma handle you, and you're like, okay, hit me, bitch. I draw a card.
Yeah, hell yeah, exactly.
Hit me with Cloud. I'd like my free card.
Precisely. Yeah, it's any player. I thought this said opponent, which would make this card cool. But no, it's just bullshit.
My first read, I auto completed opponent because I was like, oh, the cards chill. Also, Kanatuna, thank you for the tier 1 Twitch sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. Yeah, it's not CMC, Sheffer Clark. It's mana value. So if you cheat some shit, yo, Y'shtola delve? Me when I delve in Y'shtola until I ping people for 2? Right? That's good.
Yeah, I'm about to get an ad break on my stream, by the way.
Oh yeah, we need to do. Okay, so let's pause. Manual ad break time. Me and Elk
Hang
are
on.
gonna talk whole for the subs, and that
Yeah,
way we'll keep the pre-roll demons away.
I'll let you know when the ad break comes on. I'll scream at you.
Oh, I'm about to hit mine right now. Can you do it manually?
Yeah. I can do it manually in the future. It's just that in like 1 minute, I can't do it while it's rolling out auto.
Okay,
don't think I
then
can
I'm
do
gonna
that.
do mine right now to overlap with yours, and then the future ones we will.
I can hit it right now, actually.
Oh hell yeah! 3, 2, 1. Banish. Whole time. Stormblast. I'm sorry. It might not hit you. The ad breaks don't always hit everyone, but I forgot to turn the pre-rolls off because I was cutting it up with Elk. And now for the next hour we can guarantee.
That's juicy. Normally, I only get like half an hour off, because like I run like minimum ads. Like
Yeah.
low.
See. So here's the hot tech. Is what you do is I also set mine to minimum. You have to grab the like 3-minute ad break button. And then when you are like in between, so for the deck roast specifically, when you're in between decks, you just tell everyone like, hey, the ads are going to come back on. We're going to spin the newspaper now. And then you hit the 3-minute ad break and you talk about, whatever that just isn't the next deck. And then you get an hour off until the next one. So I have the ad break buttons in every segment of 30 seconds based on how long I think the next deck is going to take. And then I do an ad just long enough that we can get through the next one without interruption. Canatuna, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. When we get back and we talk about the cactus and all the terrible things that will be done with it, we're talking all the Final Fantasy cards, and we're breaking down Aetherdrift. It's going to be a sick fucking day.
Yeah, absolutely.
100% running flip Jin in this. Eric, you're going to run the card they stole this card's text from? This was gimmick infringement.
Welcome back from ads, everyone, by the way.
We got 90 seconds. Sup, Bald Hound? Fuck
got
you,
90
Fitz.
seconds.
Fuck you, Fitz. What's up with you? Meanie head?
I lost 4 more life this turn. Yeah, I mean, this is just like greed central.
I know. I do like this tentatively. I'm worried about what Gen Pop is gonna do with this because I saw somebody be like, "Oh, this is a stacks commander," like a liar.
I love the random vigilance on this lady.
Yeah,
like,
she.
you're going to be attacking with her.
She does not get tired. I'll tell you that right now.
Thanks for the prime sub, JB1.
Dungeon Masters Consortium, thank you for the 500-bit cheer. So many people being mean to the boss today. Here you go, boss. Thank you, my good little goon. Welcome to the dog pile. Elk, are you on the committee yet?
The goon committee?
Specifically the Gooning Reclamation Committee.
I might be on a different committee.
You might be on a different goon-related committee. I'm going to send you a different PowerPoint real quick.
I know the graphic. I watch your stream.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
All right, you ready to move on to the next card here?
Yes, yeah.
Terra, Herald of Hope.
Flip Wizard.
I've seen that one. Yeah. Flip Wizard, yeah. Red, white, black. At the beginning of combat on your turn, mill 2 cards. Terra gains flying until end of turn, and when she does combat damage to a player, you may pay 2 generic mana. When you do, return a creature card with power 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I've seen people in my Discord call this better Alesha, and it could not be further from the truth. I think this is worse Alesha.
I think this is okay. So as someone who has experienced both ends of this spectrum, mainly because I'm distracted by the outfit, I think this is better Alesha for casual. When I have seen old Mardu Alesha specifically, it was either very good or do absolutely nothing. I think this is better at being like anime protagonist, workhorse commander. Like I think all of these commanders have done a better job than I've seen recently of getting something done without being kill on sight, which I truly appreciate.
With this card. I'm down calling this card strictly different instead of strictly better or strictly worse.
Yeah. Oh,
This is dude, strictly different is
Ma-
absolutely
Magic players attempt to not abuse the word strictly challenge. Difficulty fucking impossible. We see a Magic player sees any of the same words in a text box. They're like, it has to be strictly better or worse. It can't rhyme with the first card. It's either an improvement or a downgrade.
I feel like the comparison to Alesha is pretty apt, though. I think there are a couple things to note, though. For one, Alesha's way fucking easier to cast. Like, this, like, Mardu actual cost is actually insane.
Oh, yeah. Hey, start proxying lands right the fuck now, everybody.
Yeah, like, don't even, like, okay, yeah, so it might be hard to do, but you can fit a mana base. What this precludes you from doing, Terra, is Arena of Glory. With, that's the big thing. Alesha, you can Arena of Glory out and still activate her in the same turn. You cannot with Terra, unless she has Commander tax up the ass, which she probably will, honestly. I like that Terra enables herself, whereas Alesha doesn't. Like, yeah, the milling 2 cards thing is pretty decent. First Strike might as well be flying by the time Alesha comes down. No one's blocking her, and if they do, she's not dying.
Yeah, see, I definitely think this is like, I think this is never a commander you cast on curve, is one thing that I think ameliorates that. Like, I think if you cast this on turn 3 or turn, it has to be turn 3. I can't think of a single way a realistic Mardu deck would get this. Oh no, you could strike it rich. You could play hit magic card.
The Gold Hound.
I'm pulling this up for my stream. You play hit magic card, turn 1, make a treasure token, turn 2. But I think unless you're like flopping her out turn 2 to do a silly, you're playing this on like turn 5 after you've managed to get something in your graveyard. I think putting the power up to 3 instead of 2 gives you so much more shit to do.
Yeah, that playing her on turn 5 after you've done some stuff makes the Arena of Glory point hurt even more, honestly. It's so tough. Like, the fact that, like, ignore the fact that Alesha, like, combos with Master of Cruelties to just, like, nuke someone from orbit, right? Like,
this does work with Arena of Glory if you're willing to waste 1 red pip, right?
Yeah, you just have to do it on turn 6 instead of turn 5. Because the floating red pip is going to just go to the void. So you're doing this on turn 6, at which point any reanimation spell. And you don't have to connect for a reanimation spell to work.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can get anything. You're not just power 3 or less. So it's like, yeah, it's tough. Terra is like, yeah, it's very similar to Alesha on the surface, but I think there's a lot of difference. And
I like it. I love the difference.
I'm fine with it. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's a decent card.
Elk knows I'm about to crash out. Elk knows I'm about to crash.
My knuckles are white. I am
after so many. So Beeps, you're around. This set is awful for my cluttered office and wallet, I fear. Yeah, so we haven't even talked about, Elk, have you seen the price for these precons?
No, what are the prices?
So there's hold on. It's a tight $70 for
holy fuck,
base.
Okay, listen, I'm fine with Universes Beyond. Until Wizards of the Coast kicks us in the mouth with the licensing fee extra, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's tough.
And you know what I saw most about it was everyone on Reddit was going, man, this is bullshit. Guess I got to start saving up.
Dude,
it's 70 base, 150 to get same deck. Every card is a Surge foil.
Oh, nice. The most disgusting foiling treatment I've ever fucking seen on this.
I know. If you want a deck that can double as a can of Pringles, you can hand Wizards of the Coast $150.
Holy fuck. Yeah, I don't like the licensing fees. Time will tell if Magic Online will get these cards, because I know it took them forever to get Fallout and Doctor Who, because they had to do the licensing themselves. Wizards of the Coast was like, yeah, figure it out yourself, Daybreak. So I hope that's not the case, because that'd be awful, because this set's going into Standard. Well, not these. These are the precons, but... Yeah. Yeah, those are my two main gripes with Universes Beyond, is licensing fee and licensing for Daybreak games, Magic the Gathering.
Also, Hyuga1234, thank you for the 11 months in a row at Tier 1. And Illogical Man, thank you for the Tier 1 sub. Welcome to the dog home. Mechanized Minion and Jaro Chilango, thank you for the Twitch follow. Afro Pank Guy, I know you redeemed a drink water thing, but I'm going to drink coffee because I'm an EP boy.
You shout out followers too?
I shout out everything. Listen, I'm with the people. They put me up here. I'm going to say their name. Some of them have very silly names. I am eternally grateful for every fucking person who is willing to support the goofy, stupid shit I do, like Annihilation and Lice Colony and Slapdash Prime. Thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the doghouse.
Hang on, pause. Doug, I'll shut this one out. Doug just followed me. You subscribed before you followed me?
Hell yeah, Doug. That's my goat. Money first. Call us yeast. Call us yeast. We are about the bread.
I accept affection in the form of United States dollars, and that's how you get a shout out on my stream.
I now, God bless all of you, even if I don't technically believe in him. Potato Chips, Daryl Hopkins, Zans, thank you for the follows. Scion13, Malfunction, and T20XX, Wiked Mike, Sweet Jimmy, Demigod, thank you all for the Prime subs. I appreciate those Jeffrey dollars very much, all over my chest. Beeps, thank you for gifting a Tier 1 sub to Magic Cum.
Magic Cum. That's
so
awesome.
Beeps is who I stream World of Warcraft with, and their stream has a running joke where their stream will make new Twitch accounts just to put cum in the name and donate subs to those users.
That's awesome. Hey, Little Big Hand, thanks for the 100 bits.
Let's go, Little Big Hand. That's my guy, or my girl, or my creature, however you identify.
That works. All right. Moving on.
You talk through the next one. I'm going to go on mute to keep calling out follows like a dickhead. Read Sephiroth. Jack Maudib, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Sweetest Sweet Potato, Heads Up JFK, thank you for the Twitch follow. I may have added that in, attempting to add in the text for Terra, because I'm not smart. Importantly.
My bad for giving you editing privileges.
Yeah. Hold on. I deleted it.
Okay, beautiful. So I like to call these the rejects. These are pre-made standard face commanders. They are okay, but this is not heat. So these are leading to pre-made standard legal decks. So think about like the 6-mana unplayable Teferi, the 6-mana unplayable Liliana. These are the same genre of card, where these are technically standard legal, but they are worthless. So we have Sephiroth, Planet's Heir, 4 blue-black, 4/4, Vigilance, because he's blue, I guess.
Naturally.
The battlefield. Oh, when he enters, not when he attacks. This card's awful. Yeah, this is the world's shittiest Massacre Worm. I thought this was whenever Sephiroth attacks.
So we know the answer to would you love Sephiroth if he was a worm, and your answer is no.
Oh no, absolutely not.
And the thing is, like, there must be a cooler Sephiroth in here. What I do respect it for is fuck these token players. I do respect fuck these token players. Give me a 30-30 because the Boros or Selesnya go wide player got a little bit too big for their britches. Yeah. But in every other situation, this is
counter offer, just fucking kill him with Massacre Worm.
True, but I like to play with my food. Somebody go fucking clip Gavin Verhey saying this specific Sephiroth was not messing around. That's a direct quote. That's not an exaggeratory quote or an outright lie like I normally do, because I caveat those. On stream said this Sephiroth not messing around.
Sorry, your big head's covering Cloud. I gotta move you to
you are the Cloud art.
Okay. Yeah, so Sephiroth, I thought it was whenever Sephiroth attacks. I'm like, you know what? That's a pretty decent card. No, it's whenever Sephiroth enters, he gives -2/-2.
All right, Badger King, thank you for the gift sub. Anonymous Gifter, thank you for the gifted sub to Cum Account. Welcome to the dog heaven. D-Man, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. This is my friend 33Elk, who is a internet deck builder, YouTuber / streamer, and all-around chill guy. Sweetest Sweet Potato, Jack Maudib, Toxic Reaper, Big Papa Fish, and Lort Fask. Thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the doghouse, my friends. Yeah, I mean, like, blue can, like, what I dislike about this is I often think about cards in the sense of, like, building Skinner boxes. If any of you remember that from Intro to Psychology, which is like, we're all just mice. We're all just mice chasing cheese around a maze, and the game designers are the one leaving out the little bits of cheese and like beef jerky to trick us into doing positive things.
Yeah.
And anytime they slap legendary, I'm like, okay, they've made it a build around. And with Sephiroth, it's like, if we want this to do anything, we gotta blink it. If we blink it, the upside we got from killing stuff doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah,
which
we
is
lose the counters,
which is not hot. It's not like I dislike when a commander's optimal play pattern is like sticking a finger in your mouth. Sticking just hooking an unwashed finger into your lip, and that is what Sephiroth feels. This Sephiroth feels like to me.
Thank you for Furby for starting a scam train with their Prime sub.
Oh hell yeah, scam train! Let's go. I don't know if it gets you anything, but it's fun.
Yeah. All right, Cloud. I'm actually kind of into after reading it a little. During your turn, during your turn. Never mind.
Cards fair. Elks out.
During your turn, as long as Cloud is equipped, it has double strike and indestructible, and equip abilities you activate that target Cloud cost 2 less to activate. So you have the swords from Mirrodin, which are really good on this, right? You can just
yeah, those are all equipped too.
Yeah, and then also Sunforger is really what is heat with reduce abilities. Mm-hmm. I've tried to make a Sunforger deck so many times. The closer you can get Sunforger equip 0, the closer you can get to abusing it with Leonin Shiraki, which is a card that lets you activate equips at instant speed. So you can Sunforger on each of your opponent's turns for basically free after the red-white of activating Sunforger. So it would cost 1 red-white with Cloud, which is pretty decent. I think Brunor Battlehammer does that better. But Cloud wears the swords better. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think.
The combat damage triggers.
Yeah, I honestly, the more you say it, I'm just going to alt art Cloud Planet's Champion with Zoro from, what is it, Hunter x Hunter? No, Two Piece. No, Naruto. Wherever he's from. Because you tape 8 swords to this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
You put all 10 of the Mirrodin swords in here, or maybe all 9 because one of them's kind of shit. And then you... Or 8 of them, my bad, because Once in Future also sucks.
I love Once in Future. That's the only sword I regularly use in Brawl because it's so bad and it feels so rude to hit some. Let me pull up Sword of Once in Future so that chat knows how stupid I am. So protection from blue and black, which is Brawl relevant because those people fucking hate you. But it's Surveil 2, cast 2 or less. I have used this card to free cast Curate in someone's face. And it gives me so much pleasure to just be like, oh, I got a combat trigger with my Mirrodin sword. I'll draw 1. I'll draw 1 and then exile that resource forever.
Yeah, well, you should see Sword of Fire and Ice. So
no, it's too good. It's too good. I've played with it too, and I cut it because I'm like, this is too helpful.
You put 8 of the Mirrodin swords in here, and then you put like Sword of Wop in here.
Oh yeah, I love the Wop sword.
Yeah, the Sword of
Wop sword on this guy goes absolutely. Yeah, this is just Cloud, the Final Fantasy inventory. Nix, thank you for the $5 super chat on YouTube. Welcome to Dog Heaven. This effect works on any cloud, so this fits in well with a Precon cloud. I think you're lying. I'm pretty sure when a card says its own name, if it's not referring to a type line, unless they said in the stream that they are now making the magic card explain the card even less. When a card refers to itself, it just means this guy. It does not mean anybody named Cloud. Unfortunately, this would be very, very sillier. It would be very sillier if it it was just like any fucking cloud.
Yeah. I love the flavor text of these cards. This is the end for all of you. It's not over yet. This isn't the end. So goofy. I love it.
Oh god, I closed my stream manager. That's good. That's good.
I love this. I like the cloud. I like the cloud a lot more than the Sephiroth, just because the swords exist.
Yeah. Terrence, thank you for the Prime sub. What's wrong with unwashed fingers? From you, my brother, nothing.
I'm gonna move on here.
I'm gonna keep it pushing. Ubastet, Dr. Funkin, Flot, thank you for the Prime subs. Welcome to the dog home, my friend.
Jumbo Cactuar.
This
10,000 needles.
I swear to God, I'm going to love this card until the moment somebody casts Ram Through on it, and then I'm going to crash out forever. But this is fucking hilarious. I am.
Yeah, so this just reads player death touch, right?
Yeah, player. Fuck the life gain players.
This just has player death touch. The thing is that player death touch also applies for like fling effects and trample and stuff. So like, yeah, I think this card's totally fair, like 100% fair.
Yeah, I like it's definitely fair. I think I have to be mad about it because it's green and will lead to my death at least once. So I gotta hate on it early.
Dementia you after killing another player.
Yeah, but that is cool. Like I think the thing I like the least is when somebody has near lethal but is afraid to finish the job because of like crackbacks or bullshit. Who the fuck said plowshare yourself? I'll scream. No, I'm not cool anymore. I'm not cool anymore. I'm no longer.
Life game,
I'm no longer fucking cool. I'm fine getting Chandra's ignitioned by the Gruul player. I am not fucking fine if the Selesnya player says Jumbo Cactuar swords.
I need to be real. So like, I'm gonna move you back into your little corner. I am going to be 100% real. Like, this is something I've been thinking about. I was literally thinking about it before I went to sleep last night. White is kind of just the worst life gain color.
Even worse than blue, though?
Blue has, like, delusions of grandeur, and then they gift it to you, right? They're winning the game with life gain still, in that sort of zone. So for me, here's what I think. Life gain, white gains the most life easily. Okay? White gains the most life easily. But like, what do they do with it? They just don't die for longer. Like, you get to like get beaten up more. Black, you draw cards. You like, you know, like definitely worse than black.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think the best white has ever gotten was that Abzan Bilbo that was like, okay, if you count to 111, you get to win with Craterhoof.
Yeah, like. Black wins the game with life. White just gets to get their teeth kicked in for longer. It's awesome.
I mean, I also think this is why we have to, like, especially for Commander, move beyond the monocolors most of the time when we're talking about sort of narrower mechanics like that. Because there's so many things of, like, doing, as a mono blue card draw lover, doing like mono blue just to touch cards, you do it well. It's so much more boring than doing it in like Izzet or Dimir. I can't name either of the other two colors because I will be persecuted. But
I do love my 2-color decks nowadays. I used to be like a monocolor purist, but I do like just like, you know, a 2-color kind of deck.
Wow.
Yeah.
Revealed something about
anyone who says like a Johnny's Pride Mate, like, we're not playing limited.
So yeah, anyway, this card's funny.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh shit. Hold on. Next slide. Hey yo. This interesting. Sin is a hard name. That is just a hard name. Oh, Sultai, hold on.
A Leviathan.
Oh no, it's Sultai boring shit again.
When it enters or attacks, put a permanent card from your graveyard at random. That's cool.
But if it's land, repeat the process.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Sultai Delve.
Sultai landfall in a funny fucking trench coat.
What you do is you just delve away all the cards that are like, and then you just win. Yeah,
you delve the bullshit away, and then I mean, it is 7, so like, it is
better than Tassiger as like a delve payoff.
Oh, I think so. I mean, I'm in camp. Tassiger sucks. I'm in camp. Tassiger's
awful until you get to CDH and he's an infinite mana.
Exactly. Like, I think in my mind, he is not similar in power, but similar in boat to Mardu Alesha, where it's like, does nothing, is the literal worst thing you have ever played against in your entire life. And I think this is definitely better than that. I think 7 mana is going to incentivize people to just really lean into like, okay, this has to be a landfall aqueduct.
Oh, this with the Lotus Cobra. Holy shit.
Shut your fucking mouth. I mean, Lotus Cobra doubling season too. Like, we've given the green players another reason to play doubling season because we're making tokens.
Fuck, it makes a token.
Yeah, it's because it's X. Don't say it like that. What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, dude, this is awesome, actually.
Kura, what's up? I mean, it's not feast or famine. This is just this is an example of one of those commanders where you never want to rip them as soon as you can. You want to like do a bunch of stuff, play, I guess, Lotus Cobra, and like have played a delve card to set your graveyard up, and then you slam this big motherfucker down when it's gonna do something crazy.
Yeah, this is really strong. I do think Cultivator Colossus is just stronger than this, but you can't put Cultivator Colossus.
Oh wow. Yeah, do you have any other hot takes?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's just, I like the setup here though. Like, and you get Bazooka bogged, and then you just like, you're like, fuck.
That is true. I do like having 6 turns to just fucking bog a player out of the game. It's definitely removal bait. Like, if this is definitely like, you're pulling the slot machine when it enters, because you're probably never going to be able to set up your graveyard perfectly.
I think you're kind of on the wrong wavelength here, Afro Paint guy. Yeah, it's 7 mana, no protection is removable bait, but like, you just want the ETB off this thing.
Yeah, like the attacks is gravy.
Yeah, you don't need the 7/7 to win the game. You've just put like 20 lands into play. And made 20 mana off Lotus Cobra, and then just like, Torment of Hail fired everybody. Like,
yeah.
It's
the only reason you need the attacks is like you've delved away or otherwise gotten rid of like all but one non-land card, and you just get super unlucky. And then you're like, ah, fuck. But even then, you got something for free.
Yeah.
The real removal bait is this player's very boggable graveyard for all like 5 to 7 turns that they're setting this up. Like, this player is setting up one of those domino towers, and everyone that has mass graveyard removal, like every Ketramos player is going to be staring at their rest in peace in hand going, no, I can't laugh yet. It's not time.
Yeah, no, I'd just be laughing the entire time. Hate to break your quote there, but it's true. I would just be laughing at this dude. Honestly, if I had this deck and I saw a Ketramos player, I'd just pick a different deck.
Yeah. Hey, can I scoop turn 1? Run it back.
All right, I'm good to move on. I think we've said our piece about Sin.
Oh my god. I see your edits.
It's true though. It's a very good message that they're sending with Emet-Selch here, the Unsundered. So he's an elder wizard.
This is a he?
I think so. Is this a he or a she?
I gotta go think about some stuff.
I need to know.
The most peggable man, according to Cubic.
We both locked in on the same.
Peg? All right.
So Emet-Selch Unsundered, he is a 3-mana 2/4 with Vigilance, because of course. Whenever he enters or attacks, draw a card, then discard a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 14 or more cards in your graveyard, you may transform him. Vigilance, 6/6 on the back. Hades, Sorcerer of Eld. During your turn, you may play cards from your graveyard. If a card or token would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. This is supremely fair, actually.
It is, and my third eye just opened and I saw like 20 different deck roasts I'm gonna have to do about Emet-Selch decks that don't work. Because what I see happening here is two outcomes. Either me have a fringe CEDH combo, or like 14 is a big enough number that you probably need a lot of people are going to go for like mill engines, and as soon as you go for mill engines, you then just exile fuck yourself.
I was just thinking about headshotting yourself with a Glimpse the Impossible or whatever it's called, just target player mills 10 cards.
And that's what I feel like this is going to get, motherfuckers are going to be self-traumatizing.
A hard K on the end of Selch. It's pronounced Selch.
Oh, Emet-Selch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't care.
But I'm glad they spelled it that way.
So, yeah, no, like Dimir milling 14 cards is fucking easy. It's nothing.
Well, I think the thing is like then you go from okay, I need to get to 14, and then every mill card in my deck is dead in hand.
Ooh, yeah.
That is like, because you need a good concentration to make stuff like this happen. Well, Arya, if you say Balustrad Spy one more time, I'm putting you over the banister, bro. Stop.
Yeah, so the thing with that is that you can just run like very decent tutoring packages. So you can like muddle the mixture, right? This is a very unobtrusive card in your deck that can also tutor for Glimpse the Unspeakable or whatever it's called, right? So and he self-loots himself. You can run Windfalls that are just as good. Windfall's very good in your graveyard to replay, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be as intrusive as you think it is. I do like that they have it worded that you can't use counter spells with him, and it's not clunky like where it says spells can't be countered. It's just only during your turn.
It's less of like an intrusive thing and more of I feel like these decks are going to trip over themselves a ton. Like I think we have, which in some ways is good. People need to learn how to play blue-black better. But I can just based on other self-mill kind of setup payoff decks that I've seen, like just based off the Runo Stromkirk, the guy you just need to set up your graveyard one time to get the top of library flip. Just based on how irresponsibly people do that, I feel like you don't understand how the people are going to struggle with this elk.
I agree that maybe the learning curve is there, but I think Gravehand is just a really strong thing to have going on.
Gravehand, it's a really strong thing to have going on. I worry about it being better for anything other than super high power, which not every card has to be good in every power level, but I feel like it's just one of those cards where as soon as you build it right, you've spent you're using so many good cards to make sure the commander is happening, and then once it's happened, now you have Gravehand. Probably the best thing you do is combo.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to win with anything else. You could do like some Sir Conrad Tormod stuff whenever a card leaves your graveyard, stuff triggers.
Oh,
right?
true, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't want to go like truly infinite or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, this is yet again the Catchermost player wins with this card as well, in addition to Sin, because not only does them playing cards put cards into exile, like they have a graveyard to exile, but Hades Sorcerer of Eld says whenever a card or token you control is put into exile, so anything you remove from them, you're just gonna draw cards with Catchermost.
Mm-hmm.
So Catchermost stays winning as always. Works with everything.
Okay. I think we can move on from Pappy Longpeg.
Yeah, so in the video, Wizards of the Coast called these some cute, iconic creatures. That really stood out to me.
They are cute. I'm gonna kill them with hammers, but
the middle one
cute.
is not cute when you read the text box. The middle one's gonna do something fucking stupid. Anyway,
hey, the white players have finally given back. That's fine.
Tonberry, 1 black mana for a 2/1, enters the battlefield tapped with a stun counter on it. During your turn, this creature has first strike and death touch. This card's nothing. I don't even think we need to talk about it.
No, this is like, I mean, hey, that's draftable as fuck, maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 1 black mana for a 2/1. Next turn, I get a first strike death toucher. Beautiful. Stiltskin, Moogle Merchant.
Oh, Stiltskin being legendary is not correct. Honestly,
this is a legendary card.
We needed to let the standard players have 4, and we needed to let the commander players have 0.
Exactly. No, 1 white mana for a 1/2 lifelinker, 2 tap. Target opponent gains control of another target permanent you control. If they do, you draw a card.
Dude, every Blim player just fucking is weeping openly.
Okay, to be fair, Blim gets access to black and red, which have the shittiest of gifts. White has
for
some
sure.
good stuff in there, for sure, absolutely. But oh man, and colorless, of course, always has like the bronze bombshells of the world.
Stonebower, thank you for the follow. Eane267, Dracnashar, Gwen Garbo, Moth Supanai, MX Fish Person 90, and Dr. Funkin, as well as Sun Eater. Thank you all for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the Doghouse. And Aine, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the Dog Home.
White does have 9 lives. You are correct, Helios.
And then, I mean, we have another fucking, like... Okay, so I'm going to talk my landfall bullshit again. 0/1, put a 1/1 counter on. No trample, no evasion. Obviously not broken, but is just one more fucking rock on the pile of landfall equals make big thing passively effects that is slowly breaking my fucking back in casual commander. Because it's just the most, like... I do actually like this for limited. I'm down with this for limited, but I do think it becomes just a... Because the landfall decks I play against just never fucking do anything. It's just number go up simulator. And I think this is more number go up simulator.
I'm in the camp that I really just don't like landfall decks all too often. I love lands decks.
Yeah, I'm a big landfall hater. I don't think you should get rewarded for doing the base game action that you were going to do anyway. Like, you know what your landfall reward is? You have a new land you can tap for mana. Congratulations. Exactly. That's already good.
Yeah. Landfall, to me, is one of those mechanics where people get way too lost in the sauce. Like, they put, like, a Step Lynx in their deck or something, or a Coom Hellhound into their landfall deck.
A Coom Hound? They put a Coom...
No! A Coom is a place on fucking Zendikar. I'm the one with my mind in the gutter. I'm here with Mauled Hound.
Listen.
Sorry, Coom Hound.
Hey! I'll sue. I will call a lawyer.
Yeah, but honestly, like all these cards are fair. Saz's Chocobo goes hard with Hardened Scales, of course, and like you can like double the counters each time, and then like Kodama of the West Tree, your modified creatures have trample. Like it has homes in Commander. It's just like
Yeah, Bristly build decks are now down to 90 cards they actually get to choose. And they have the Scythe Cats, this guy, Hardened Scales, all in the next to Soul Ring and the shit they play every time.
Yeah, I mean, overall, we think we covered these ones. Stiltskin's, like, of course, the most commander relevant of these, but also just, like, I think Blim is probably going to lead to a better deck.
Oh, why is this... Hold on. All right. I went to the next slide. Why is this guy so raw and so shitty?
I was looking at your face in the OBS capture. I'm like, did I say something wrong?
No, you would. I think we've talked about these guys, and I went click, and then I saw the hardest motherfucker with the worst text box I've ever fucking conceptualized.
Yeah, no, he looks really cool. But like, holy shit, this card sucks. It's so bad.
There has to be there. So the thing is here. All right, guys, let's be real. It's going to be really bad. There's going to be at least one Rakdos, like, fringe CEDH storm deck that's going to find a way, or, like, not even fringe CEDH. Somebody's going to manage a high-power deck that utilizes the, like, Surveil 1 to do something crazy. And the rest of it, you can just fucking white out the back of this card.
All right, hear me out. So with infinite mana...
Shut the fuck up. Did you get... Hey, hold on. Infinite turn outlet, Garland. Flying 5/5.
Infinite mana, Blood Artist, Grim Haruspex. And then you draw him each time. You sacrifice... You need a Viscerous here too, I forgot.
Yeah, so if we have infinite mana and infinite creatures, this will go infinite. But he looks so raw. He looks so... I feel he has to, like, end up in a fair number of Spellslinger decks just to surveil. Yeah, but yeah, it's like a build around.
In a Rakdos or Grixis Spellslinger deck, this is the second copy of your Dragon's Rage's Channeler.
Yeah. Like, you definitely take him just for this line, and then they were like, I don't know, we need to make him lore accurate. And then they gave us shitty 5/5. They gave us the 7 mana 5/5.
It could have just returned to the battlefield as, like, Garland, and it would be fine. Maybe not for standard, I guess, because this is going into standard. It is uncommon.
Oh, true. I guess you know what the second half of the card makes sense to me as. They were like, draft needs something. This to me is like super, hey, you built Rakdos in draft, you're going to get a late game 5/5, which honestly makes a lot of sense. I do think we need cards like this in draft. Yeah,
I was about to say Grenzo Dungeon Warden. This dies, it goes to the bottom, and then you can Grenzo Dungeon
True!
Warden. For 7 mana. That's all it costs.
Yeah. Like, stuff to do when you have a ton of mana is kind. It's merciful of them to give us things to do with a lot of mana.
Yeah. I think people will just put this in their Spellslinger decks that are in red and black.
Why is Chaos hung AF? Computer? I can't zoom in on a PowerPoint. Yeah, so I think this is neat. I think, hey, a little bit of Taco Bell design with the, like, fuck it, bring back Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Yeah.
It's all ground beef and cheese. Redemption arc into a shit frontline medic?
Yeah, I read this card a little bit before making this PowerPoint. I was like, wow, this sucks.
Oh, okay, so 1 mana... I mean, a 1 mana 2/3 Death Toucher is like... That would kill somebody from 1998. You show that to a beta player, and their head is just gonna fucking explode. You draft this card, you see this pack 1, pick 1, you are... you just fall back, you fall on your back, and you scream with rapture. 1 mana 2/3 Death Toucher. Oh, but you lose life when it deals damage, but then half or less than starting, you get a 4/4 lifelinker that give... Yeah, this thing is going to just... God damn, thing is going to ruin draft.
Yeah.
I've not for you. If you're good at drafting, not for you. As a bad drafter, I just saw into the future of like 5 arena premier drafts where my opponent resolves Cecil and I concede on the fucking spot.
The world I see with Cecil is like, I'm an aggressive deck, you're playing Cecil, I just let it through every time, or you're holding it back to block, in which case we trade. Mm-hmm. And then you're also losing life even if we trade. Mm-hmm. And then like if Cecil ever tries to flip, you can just remove it in response to the trigger, and then you still lose the 2 life and you don't get your 4/4 life linker. Like in limited, I think this card's kind of bad. I do like the Death Touch. I just think it sucks because you want your Death Touch blocker to be able to block, and then you just don't lose 2 life. Because like it's tough. I don't know. It's a good kill spell, I guess, but you always kill like a pretty shit creature. It's weird. I think the card design's cool.
True. I did. Again, my brain was like, oh, this card has to be good in some way. And so I auto-completed deals damage to an opponent. I neglected to think about if it blocks, you also lose 2 just to block.
Yeah, you will lose.
That does chill it out a fair amount. I do still think 1 mana 2/3 we're murdering pilgrims. People are stepping off the Mayflower, looking at this card, and their face is melting.
Holding up your removal for 1 mana card, though, unlimited, that's painful. I don't know if I agree with you, Jake Ryans, because you're going to remove this thing halfway through the game when it's flipping into Cecil, right? It's not flipping right away.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
Side quest! Oh, it's finally happened. Reference, where's the callback?
Yep, side quest, catch a fish. 2 and a white for an enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep. Look at the top card of your library. If it's an artifact or creature card, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you put a card into your hand this way, create a food token and transform this enchantment. You can tap it to add white, it's a land. Or you can pay 3 and tap it, sacrifice an artifact to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery. So it's a Gavany Township kind of deal.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it flips into a land. And it also replaces itself.
Mm-hmm. This seems pretty fair, honestly. I think there's plenty of places that can use it. I struggle to think of how we're gonna make like a 3 mana, so like a 4 mana sack an artifact to put. Like, it's a good thing for counters. I think this is some of the fairer shit I have seen for wide counters.
Yeah. I mean, Gavany Township exists. It's a good card, but that's in white and green. If you're in just like a artifact-heavy white deck, I mean, I'm fine with this card. It's okay in Commander. Like, if we're talking Commander, it's perfectly fine. I wouldn't put this in a Miracles deck and like, oh, I'm stacking the top of my library. Side quest, catch a fish, I get a land. Right? Like, that's not the payoff you want for that sort of strategy.
Dude, I'm putting this in Niv Mizzet yesterday.
So yeah, it's white ramp technically. Like it's decent. It's fine.
All right.
It's nice that the land enters untapped. Saga creatures.
Yeah, that's what I care about. The saga. That's what I'm.
Oh, you're looking at the ladies.
Who drew this shit? Who drew this shit? Okay, you're gay, but are you blind?
Yeah.
Okay, fair. My fault.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even thinking about the woman.
They're making my job much more straightforward. Because there's some commander, would they get it, where I'm like, listen, you have to consider this, you have to think about that, you have to look at that, and I'm just like, I don't know, guys, there's art on it. Look at the art.
Yeah, so saga creatures. This is a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool. I don't like that my 5 mana 4/5 is gonna sacrifice itself. But like you can still block with the saga, which is still upside, right?
Yeah, it does seem quite bad. 4/5. I mean, this feels like better limited card than anything else, which we've seen a couple of those at this point now, and that does give me faith because I do love it when a set feels good to draft, and this does seem like incredibly womp in Commander. I can see plenty of situations where at 5 mana, like late game, okay, I have a 4/5 and I get to Sleepy Time Dodo your creatures.
Yeah.
But yeah,
this isn't uncommon for standard, so of course, you know.
Getting to Hijinks on YouTube raises the good point. You get to swing 4 twice and then you lose it. So it's 5.
You don't swing 4 twice. You swing 4 once. You only get to attack.
Oh my fucking god! No.
It enters its summoning sick. Next turn, draw step. You get to attack. Next turn, draw step. You have to sacrifice it. But even before combat. So yeah. Oh, you can blink it. That's actually a really good point. You can Thassa this creature for that repeatedly. Here's the thing, guys. You guys are getting so caught up on attacking with this card. You can block with your Saga. Like, that's huge. Sagas are like, I pay 4 mana for this. I get Crater Hoof Behemoth and died. Or like, you know, I get
Yeah, but aren't other sagas good?
Yeah, that's true. Okay. I'm not talking about this saga specifically. This saga
yeah.
But this is an uncommon saga. We're gonna see rares in this. I imagine we're gonna see rare saga creatures that are better.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you can block with your saga, especially strong and limited in Commander, it'll come up. It definitely shores up a weakness of saga where you play a saga and you lose tempo.
Mm-hmm.
It is true. You can put this in Chaisei, Heart of Oceans. It's another tap down saga that you can remove counters from to just keep forever and keep tapping stuff down. Oh, actually, no, it's not as good as the Ice Age or the one that phases stuff out though, because those ones stay as long as the permanent's in play. They remain tapped. This is just stun counters.
Yeah. Also, Hilda mentioned Tidus can remove the counter in the banned commander deck. Yeah, like you can do some. It's definitely. This is my favorite type of card. Horny art jokes aside, because it's super whatever, and a couple decks are going to be able to turn this into kind of something, and that's my favorite thing to do in Commander. So I hate that Bant is getting to do it here, but yeah, like I think there's just enough you can do with this to make it playable in certain Commander decks, even though it's never going to be like, holy fuck, I'm pogging off.
Yeah, I like the Void's Melody thought here, like ephemerating this with the final trigger on the stack.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's decent. Yeah, I really like the alt art on this, actually, and it makes me really happy because I don't like the Universes Beyond border. That's the only reason I don't put Universes Beyond cards in my deck, and with the alt art of this, I can ignore it. It looks good. I don't like the weird shine.
I'm not even gonna hate on it because it's legitimately interesting to me because I don't think I've ever perceived the border of a Magic card.
To me, it matters a lot. It fucks with my aesthetics.
Yeah, like I'm looking at my cards, aka blatant proxies, right now, and I'm just like, must be crazy to have vision like that. Also confirmed, Elk lied about being blind. Anyway, next card.
Anyway.
Aetherdrift time. Yeah. All right, you don't have to go. You don't have to go yet, right?
Yeah, I don't have to go at all. Yeah, by the way, Nerdle Lemon, Saga is not a creature type. It is tied to the enchantment type, so you cannot name it for Roaming Throne, you piece of shit. No double Saga triggers for you, all right? It is an elemental. You can say elemental.
Yeah, we can say elemental on Roaming Throne.
You cannot say Saga, though. Yeah, this was originally going to be an Aetherdrift stream. We were going to talk about
this was
Drift.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be last week.
It was supposed to be, but I rescheduled it for a project that I'm still behind on, by the way. But I was like, at this point, we're at least getting this one done, and then the other one's already late, so when it drops, it drops.
Yeah. So. Yay, we're done talking about Final Fantasy now. I'm gonna just go to Scryfall. I don't have a Aetherdrift PowerPoint.
Okay. I do. And by I do, I mean I'm making one right now.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I'm way zoomed in on that fucking. Okay, so I'm gonna hit one more manual ad break to keep the pre-roll demons away while I set up this PowerPoint. And then we're gonna go over Aetherdrift.
Yes.
Pretty bad set. We're going to go over the couple cards that matter so that you do not have to waste your time opening boxes and boxes of Aetherdrift. Come on, where? Jack, the ad break. That's where.
You started it.
Jiroki, fail proof. Thank you for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the doghouse, my friends. So I'm just going to... Oh, you know what? I'm just going to add slides after Aetherdrift Spectacular to pretend that we had Aetherdrift slides the whole time.
Sounds good. That works for me. I'll just reopen the PowerPoint.
Do you want to do the cards we really like or really don't like first?
I'm down starting with the cards that we really like.
Okay.
There's gonna be some disagreement.
Whatever would we disagree about though? Oh, I don't know how to use text boxes. Okay. Yeah, cards with motion. I'm gonna make this just fucking massive for no reason. There we go. All right.
We are professionals that have things prepared.
Listen, if you do it live, that's how the audience knows it's genuine. So first, we have to be agreed. I'm gonna rip off with an early agreement. King Shark, right? We all fuck with King Shark.
Yeah. So King Shark is referring, of course, to Captain Howler.
Yes, I have typed Captain Howler in the PowerPoint to save us from my own idiocy. So there's Captain Howler who. So I'm actually building a deck for Captain Howler for one of my friends who's like, oh, I don't know how to play Izzet. Can you build an Izzet deck to me or for me? I think the worst thing about him is the most concise win con you're going to get is fucking Blighted Agent. Everything else about him bangs so hard.
Yeah, I definitely agree that Captain Howler, the ceiling is a Blighted Agent win. However, there's a lot of fun things you can do with him. Do you know? Hang on, is it called Blood Mist? Yeah, Blood Mist. There's this card. This card's hilarious with Captain Howler. So, Blood Mist says at the beginning of combat on your turn, it's a personal duelist heritage. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains double strike until end of turn. If you do this on the creature that you discarded the cards onto and gave the buff to, you get to double.
I'm gonna favorite that really quick.
Yeah, because this is a forever combat trigger until end of turn. So
Yeah.
Extra combats, Blood Mist, double strikes, that stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Those will all work with Howler.
Okay. Who said? Hold on. Somebody said something irresponsible. Rook the Barding, thank you for the Twitch follow. Captain Howler plus madness equals yes. Ham, I'm going to be mean to you. Real quick. I don't believe in madness here because, like, all the madness cards are so bad.
Yeah, there's only, like, a couple good madness cards, and even then they're very mana intensive, in which case you want to be spending that mana to get the cards that you just discarded back off of the combat damage trigger.
Yeah, like the...
Because you would want to hold up a counter spell just in case someone tries to go Swords to Plowshares on the creature that you just discarded all those cards onto.
Isn't there
blown the fuck out?
Isn't there someone you forgot to ask?
Yeah, I do like that. There's that valve, and there's that amount.
Sorion, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, my friend. Welcome to Dog Heaven.
The Everwise is quite boring.
Yeah, this is much cooler. This is much cooler to Rien. Because I played with somebody who had a Rien deck in Magicon Vegas, and I was like, and I did the like thing, and they were like, no, I made it terrible so that I could play it with my friends. And I was like, oh well, okay. And then they spent the game like not really getting to do anything because they had to make their card quality so shit to make her not take over the entire game.
All right, I'm about to drop my favorite commander from the set in this slide, and you get your Selesnya slurs ready.
Hold on. I have to correct Squid's thoughts on goading people, then buffing their creatures with Howler. Squid, that's a great idea that I'm gonna write down on a note card and file it away with fairy blowjobs and sacks of money. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do for you, because that is a funny improv scenario that takes so much work and so many different moving pieces that people have to choose to not interrupt you for. It's just so much. It's just so bad. It's just so bad.
My favorite card in the set is Kadora.
Yeah, you bitch. You bitch.
Notice.
Of course you would. You're a mount. Streaming with a literal mount likes the mount tutor. Shocker.
I'm not at bottom for Twitch knowledge.
It's the elk part.
So notice where I put Kadora. Their arts actually go together. It's really cute. Our favorite cards have matching art.
Oh, that makes me angry. But yeah. Also, Red Mist, speak of the devil, thank you for the $5 super chat. Sending the Start Your Engines propaganda. You guys should look at the Start Your Engines cards. It's good mechanic. Gets 3 good lands too. I think we both generally like that, right? Like as a mechanic, we'd talked about that previously. It's like, yeah, it's fine. We just don't think it's crazy. Yeah, Start Your Engines.
Start Your Engines feels a little weird. It's parasitic and it's not, which is what really weirds me out about it. Because you need to start your engines prior to starting your engines on the payoff.
Yeah.
So you need a shitter with Start Your Engines to really like go ham with a later payoff Start Your Engines card. So in that way it's parasitic, but it's not parasitic because it's really easy to deal damage to your opponents with a lot of Magic's mechanics over the course of history and to get that damage through. This one's a lie. No, it's true. So, what I like about Kadora is not her first ability or her second ability at all. Whenever one or more +1/+1 counters get put on a thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the bad part of the card.
Yeah, I don't like that part of the card. I like the tutoring. It's cool.
So I'll work with you here because I am a believer that tutoring is good. Like expensive tutoring, I'm totally fine with. Narrow tutoring, I'm generally fine with. I defy you to find me a mount or vehicle you can tutor for where I'm going to be like, yeah, that's dope, and not just like, hee hee hoo hoo, big creature.
So what's wrong with hee hee hoo hoo, big creature?
It's motionless. I don't think it's ineffective, but I think it's like to me.
I love Arhelia too. That card's fun.
Like to me, this reads. Or it's sort of like it's just you cosplaying as Yugi Moto, but if his grandpa's deck had only shitty cards. Like, did you watch the Yu-Gi-Oh anime?
No, but I know. What
you mean. My god! All right, we're gonna have a talk. So the
I'm too young.
That's even worse. So like to me, this reads like my commander is abundance. Except instead of land or non-land, I just get to choose mount every time.
That's fair. Little Big Ham, thanks for the Prime sub. For me, what really pushes this card over the edge is Fortune. Here, I'm just going to hop on the Scryfall. Fortune Loyalty.
You start telling me what cards you're like, yeah, this makes this dope. And then I'll...
Fortune Loyalty is really cool. Because you can saddle Kadora and start a tutor chain.
What?
You can start a value chain with Kadora. And then also you have what's the name of the card? I'm so stupid. Golden Argosy. This is another one that's a backup to Fortune. So you have 2 options to repeatedly flicker Kadora. You can tutor for Mech Titan core.
This is the first thing you've said that interests me. I am a Mech Titan core enjoyer. Yeah, I can't believe you followed up. I think the tutoring is boring with, well, have you considered a chain of tutors? Some type of linked loop of tutoring.
I like that Kadora turns into a value engine. And then when you look at vehicles, holy shit, graveyard players are never going to get to play the game because you can tutor for the Nautiloid.
Oh yeah, I do like Nautiloid.
Yeah, Nautiloid ship enters exile target player's graveyard, and then whenever the vehicle does damage to someone, you get to put a card exiled onto the battlefield under your control, which is insanely good. Lumbering Worldwagon is broken, by the way. Not even to tutor for. This just curves into Kadora so nicely because she has 4 power. So this is like an explosive vegetation at least.
Oh, like, I hate this card. I hate this card so much. I saw this card and I got like the tingle in the back of my neck to let me know green had a new fucking staple.
Yeah. If you aren't averse to Universes Beyond cards like I am, you can get Knight Paladin, and you can start crewing it into the flicker vehicles and mounts after you crew one it, and then you like flicker it repeatedly with Thalia and those things to deal 4 damage to each opponent each time you do so.
So I guess that like that explains to me why people like it, and also makes me hate it so much, because it seems so, it is toolboxy, but I feel like realistically that toolbox is very, very flowcharty to the big stick of dynamite.
Yeah, so there, of course you're going to want to tutor for Parhelion a lot of the time, but you have backup plans and game that, because like here's the thing for me that makes this what I like is, oh my god, my voice is cracked. Is Knight Paladin and Parhelion aren't, I put this card into play, I win the game. They are value over time. Like, this is what makes it fine for me. If Kadora tutored for a vehicle infinite combo, I'd be less in.
Yeah, I think it's not like, oh, this is too strong, but to me this sequence of events reads, my deck has 10 cards in it, and then also a random smattering of other interaction, ramp, flicker, whatever. But if it's, because it basically like always has to be me play Kadora, me get Argosy, me look at the list of 5 different answer vehicles I have. I play one, I beat you to death. Yeah, which is like,
and part of this is just that vehicles are really like a small pool right now.
Mm-hmm. If they had better cars, which Aetherdrift did not solve. But if they had better cards, and I think that is just my personal bias taking over, because I have my like clone the fuck out of Niv Mizzet's deck, which very much wants to do the same thing every game, which is clone Niv Mizzet's, and I think that's raw.
Yeah,
and the anti-lizard brigade hates that. So I do get that this is like a very, if you love this stuff, it does cook for like, I'm gonna get to play commander every time I sit down with this commander.
I love with Kadora that I just have my deck in my hand. Wait, that sounds bad. That was not intentional.
Sorry, say that into the microphone. I mean, my stream title is typically your deck, my mouth. Equals pleasure, or some other type of. Stone Kiwi, thank you for the follow. So I guess that does make sense of being like, okay, I'm playing Kadora to feel like I'm playing blue. I can appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, and you just have heat as well in the deck. Like unidentified hover ship is pretty sick. It's a 3-mana like Skyclave apparition, and then you can flicker that with Thalia every turn. Steel Seraph is an artifact creature you can put under Mech Titan to keep Thalia safe by giving her flying every combat. Like,
I need you to know that every time you say flicker, I get a little more nauseous.
I love this kind of play pattern. In my brew that I'm doing, I have Eternal Witness, Ephemerate, and then so that's like another, like, it basically makes a teleportation circle.
I'm gonna shout. I'm gonna shout.
It's fun. It's fun, Smile. You don't understand. It's fun. Okay? You're having fun.
I think you would. Were you perhaps reincarnated from a life as like a 1940s street magician who just did that one game where they like pick up the card, drop the card, pick up the card, drop the card? Because that's what you're doing. You just have like 18 fucking cards in front of you, and you're like, hoo ha, hoo ha, hoo ha, hoo ha. You're dead.
Yeah. I think the deck has enough cheat, by the way, like Kona, and we just got what's her name, Ovia, where you just shit stuff into play, just from your hand for free. That Parhelion 2 is going to come down. I think this is a better vehicle deck than Greasefang.
I think for Commander it is, yeah.
Yeah, that's my
because Greasefang, God, do you know Veggie Wagon?
Yes, I do know Veggie Wagon.
I saw that motherfucker play a Greasefang deck, and it was like both built so well and so fucking bad. That commander just struggles so hard. Okay, so you know what? I will accept that it has motion, just not my particular rhythm. Because I do love when a commander just lets you pick up your whole deck and do whatever thing is most appropriate. So I can get behind the like, I always have agency, right? I always get to decide where my game plan is going to go. It's highly reliable. The second half of the card is blank. Love all of that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Kadora for those exact reasons, and she has a couple fun +1/+1 counter synergies. For me, it's like Gyre Sage and Heron Blade Elite. Gyre Sage is evolve tap to add counters equal to number of +1/+1 counters. Heron Blade Elite is a mana dork with, it's Marwyn the Nurturer, but for humans. Like, you don't build around. Don't strangle me. you don't build around the +1/+1 counters. In my opinion, they're just there and it's funny.
You keep bringing me back, and then you're like, yeah, but like what I do like is what if we just shed 1,000,000 mana because of +1/+1 counter.
I like that those dorks come into play on curve. And
what if we just took that second half of the card that I said didn't matter, and then we ripped a ton of free value? Oh, oh, wouldn't that be something? All right, 1 second. Rapti, thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Molly got 2 Simic deck ideas. Which is funnier, colorblind Simic or reverse Simic? Huh? So it's colorblind is like, is it? Or reverse is green is control and draw, blue is creatures.
I mean, that second one sounds an awful lot like Kinesos deck, Kinesos Priest of Thassa, which I love. That's one of my favorite Simic commanders.
Let me look at this.
Thrasios if he was cool. Quite literally.
Damn, that's crazy. Oh yeah, I would do reverse Simic. Go inside out Simic.
Yeah, I love that's like probably my favorite like Simic commander is Kinesos Priest of Thassa. Very fun card.
Mauled hates mana and playing the game. That's not true. I hate motherfuckers. I hate motherfuckers who be ramping irresponsibly. Because so my firm belief is that the spectrum of how good drawing cards is versus how good making mana is inversely correlated to how strong the deck overall is. And that's not a perfect correlation, but like the better your deck is, the better off you are with less mana and more cards, and the like splashier your deck is, the better you are with more mana and less cards, because everything is like irresponsibly overcosted. You're just trying to slam Louis Vuitton bags on the table and hope that it causes an earthquake.
I think in general, mana is a stronger resource in Magic than cards. It's just like
I'd agree in the general. I think there are some specific breakpoints, right, where it's like at like 4 mana.
Cards are more important, I think.
If you're what?
Though if you're controlling, cards are more important, I think.
Yeah,
but the thing is that, like, mana is also important for a control deck too. You want to hit your land drop every turn. Like for me, mana is so important. I used to think cards were the most important thing, but mana advantage really is the strongest thing ever, because cards have gotten so much more broken that you can just slam one card and it takes over the game. Versus and that doesn't matter your power level. Like in Legacy, it's White Plume Adventurer. Not Legacy, in Vintage, it's White Plume Adventurer, right? You just go like Mox, Plains, White Plume, and then you're winning. Like mana's king.
Yeah, and so that's why I freak out over like the dorks and World Wagon and everything, is because players also get so fucking mad about having their mana interrupted, but I'm like, it's literally the best thing you could be doing.
Yeah, I know. You should put a World Fire in every deck, and like, you know.
Yeah, that is what I said. You heard it here first. That's word for word what I said. Thank you.
I think Keldon Firebombers is totally fine. All right, no one can take that card from me. Keldon Firebombers is a 5-drop that makes everyone sacrifice all their lands except for 3.
Oh, new staple actually. I'm with this.
And then you start reanimating it with Mayhem Devil in play, and then you get all those pings.
Woo! Okay.
Let's talk more about Aetherdrift, huh?
Yeah. So how do you... I'm going to put something up for your consideration, which I'm actively typing and you can't stop me. The Last Ride.
Oh, man.
So 1 mana, 13/13. Doesn't matter because it gets -X, where X is your life total. And then it's 2 and a black, pay 2, draw a card. So
yeah, I was thinking about this card all of last night. It was keeping me up.
Haunting your nightmares.
It was awful. I mean, what's your thoughts on the card?
What I really like for it, and I'm gonna pull up the Rachel Weeks commander bracket graphic, since that is just the superior graphic, even though it doesn't change the system. I think 1 and 2. And this is also mostly informed from all the deck roasting I do rather than the decks I'm trying to build myself, is like brackets 1 and 2 need fucking engines. And what I see over and over and over again is people are trying to build something that would be a 1 or would be a 2, and they get to the card draw section and they just fall over dead. And then eventually go, well, fuck it, I guess this deck needs Rhystic Study. And so, like, this is... what I like is, like, all of our bad decks, right? I want to think of, like, every low-power deck you have. Do you have any 1-drops worth a damn? Like, I think, here's the bold statement I'll make about The Last Ride. I think if every low-power deck replaced their Soul Ring with a Last Ride, the world would be a better place.
I mean, yeah, I've been taking Soul Ring out of deck quite frequently recently.
Like, I think that I've seen a ton of people in my life pass with 3 mana and nothing to do. And I think, or even more, like when you get out to turns, it's really when you have like between 5 and 8 mana available and somebody has like board wiped or there's some type of gridlock going on. And it's not even the turns where people have nothing to do, because those turns are quick. It's those excruciating turns where people are like, I have things I could do, but none are that good, and I'm going to hem and haw about it for the next 20 minutes. And I think Last Ride is the example of, like, it's not so powerful that... Because what I hate is when you have a thematic deck, but the theme is not supported enough to have a robust card draw section. And so you have to start pulling in sort of like meat and potatoes or like put your veggies in the deck type things. And then the engines are so much better than the theme that it takes over. Like I have a friend... Sorry, go in, then I'll...
If I was playing Limited, I agree with you.
All right, I'm not letting you speak anymore. God damn it. I ease up for 1 second and they call me a fucking draft player. But like I have a friend who has a mutate deck that they really like. But like Chromat is the commander. And every time we play it, they open with like, oh, I have a bunch of good interaction, and because Chromat does fuck all for mutate, but I wanted to play every mutate card, I put Rhystic Study in the deck. And in aggregate, the deck is not overpowered if you put it in like a 2 or a 3 or wherever, you know, you allow like 1 game changer personally. But it is a fucking Rhystic Study deck and not a mutate deck. Like the flavor of what the deck's trying to do is entirely overwritten by the play pattern of something like Rhystic Study, or if they had Smothering Tithe, what Smothering Tithe would do. And I think having these like just truly dog ass engines, like this is not good. This is really not good.
Yeah, so what I like about The Last Ride, like what I actually genuinely like about this card is that you can tutor it with Trinket Mage. It's super cool that you can get this 1-drop vehicle, like sort of like greed value engine off of a Trinket Mage. I think that's super dope.
I'll take it.
Yeah, like that's super cool. What I don't like about it is that greed exists, and I think this card's ass already.
I mean, I think it's just put both in my mind. Like it's...
Yeah, I would agree with you if Argyle's Bloodfast also didn't exist. That card also exists. It's a 2-mana greed, and it costs 2 mana to activate.
Yeah, but
Bloodfast.
Bloodfast is like, it looks like a stinky twink instead of a cool car. Consider.
Yeah, I know. But hear me out here. You activate the last ride twice. It's 7 total mana for your first 2 cards.
Shut up.
For greed, 7 mana gets you 3 cards. And for Argyll's Bloodfast, 6 mana gets you 2 cards. So it's 1 less mana in the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it's like Argyll's Bloodfast. I can get this off of, like I said, I mentioned it earlier, Muddle the Mixture. Right, if we're going with the Trinket Mage example. And Greed is, I think, an ass card. This card sucks. I don't put this in any of my decks because I just play at tables that, like, I would get blown out.
Mm-hmm.
And at a lower power table, I think Greed fits in perfectly fine at a 2. Just because it is that mana intensive. To get your first card, it's 5 mana.
Yeah, I think Greed fits in at a 2. I mean, it's mostly like, I've seen a number of decks where I would just be like, hey, play all 3 of these, please and thank you.
Yeah, my main issue is that they sort of like butt heads with each other because once you have Greed, Argyll's
right, once you have more than
the
one,
last ride, yeah, you don't get to make fucking Greed Voltron and kill everyone.
Please, I pay 2 mana and 6 life. I draw my deck. If you play all 3 of these, they do turn into Necropotence. Is my house rule. Is if you play Greed, if you have Greed, Argyll's Bloodfast, and the last ride, they fusion dance into Necropotence.
Yeah, that's my counter to the last ride though. Is unless you're doing some like Trinket Mage artifact stuff with it, I think it's just generally worse than cards that already exist that do this.
You know what? I will be convinced, but not because of Greed, specifically because of Argyll's Bloodfast. I was not aware that card existed, and I think like the last ride, as you said, can replace it specifically for some artifact deck shenanigans. But in general, yeah, this does feel to me like worse Argyll's Bloodfast, but I'm still going to argue for it in the context of the set alone, in the sense of I think Argyll's Bloodfast is a good thing that needs to exist.
Yeah.
But okay.
Okay, I'm going to put a card on the screen now, and it's going to look like a joke, but I promise this is actually heat.
Okay. You little fucking so-and-so. You absolute fucking rascal.
I promise it's good. I promise it's good.
I promise. I promise. I promise the Throtodile is powerful, and I'm not. I've taken my medication. Let me pull this up. Zenorum, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. Mauled, what's your favorite vehicle then? I don't think I really like any vehicles. I hate driving in real life.
I don't have a license. I've never driven a car in my entire life.
God.
Fuck cars.
So yeah, I don't really have vehicle decks. I don't really mess with vehicles IRL. Yeah. Okay, so a vanilla 7/2. Yargle is in shambles.
Yeah, Yargle is fucking gone. Like, if you have a Yargle deck, meet your new queen, legitimately. Kalaxai on here owns. So for me, the thing that pushes this card over the edge, 3 mana for 7 power is insane. All right, ignore the 2. Black has ways to give this shit unblockable.
Ignore his ass.
Yeah, ignore the ass. She has no ass. But she will get through because you're black, and you're going to have ways to give this card fear and menace and all other words. So if you want to go the Voltron route, you can. However, I'm going to argue that the Disciple of Bolas Powers Matter route is way better. Disciple of Bolas comes down on curve off of this.
Oh,
and
God.
then you draw 7, gain 7. And then this is 3 mana. That's the unearthed mana value. The number of black cards that bring back a creature with mana value 3 or less that are 1 to 3 mana are incredibly high. There's at least like 6 of them. Yeah, Technomancer exists, sacrifice a creature, and then you make treasure tokens equal to that creature's power. Shadowheart exists, that's another copy of Disciple of Bolas. Like, you are drawing fucking cards with Cactuar.
Okay, I see 12 cards for the unearth mana value, which is horrifying. Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
one
not
of them,
all of them.
one,
Not all of them do it because I am bad at Scryfall
yeah,
syntax.
one of them that will never show up is Chthonian Nightmare, which you can do repeatedly.
Oh, Goth King brings up a good point. This is 9,993 fewer power than a cactus.
Yeah, that is true.
So,
but that's also a second color. And at that point, let's just do a lands package, get Emet-Selch into play, and draw 20. That's basically drawing 999.
now I think now not all of these are built equal for the unearthing. Now I am kind of with you on like if I get to pick up 10 cards, that's pretty hot.
Yeah, I think picking up like 7 cards is the same as picking up like 12 or 10 or like like any other.
Because I can't count because I'm just an elk.
Yeah, no, I just pick up as many cards as I want, and people think are okay with it. But like, legitimately, if your deck is well built, drawing 7 cards will chain you into the next way to draw 7 cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
so we have.
Yeah.
So I'm pulling up I think there are 5 relevant ones.
Thank you, Rapty Feathers. Oh my gosh, everyone compliments my voice. I'm awesome, imperfect, and humble.
Somebody asked earlier in the stream why I speak in Times New Roman, and I still don't know how to feel about that.
I saw that comment. I didn't want to shout it out, but it's
okay. I did. Yeah, so there's 5 that I would call relevant for this deck, which is decent.
I do want to say, just of the vanilla creatures too, Cactuar I think is the undisputed champion. I think Terry the World Tyrant is a very close second, just because green also has greater good and stuff. So it's pretty close. I think Cactuar just being 2 less mana though is really what's going to matter, and it's actually going to be pretty good in terms of like a casual game. Like, don't bring this to a CDH table. You're fucking stupid. But Cactuar, like in terms of like a fun casual bracket 2 bracket 3, I'm gonna just draw cards deck. It's pretty sweet. I like it.
Okay, but what if we went infinite with Altar of Dementia? Like, all we need is infinite reanimations and infinite mana, and then we can go infinite with Altar of Dementia.
I mean, that doesn't actually sound too hard.
God
it's crazy.
Damn you. God damn you.
Like, I think you were saying that as a joke, but it's unironically possible, I think.
I was.
So for me, what comes to mind is all the 1 black mana, like, return this creature from the graveyard to the battlefield if it dies this turn. And then you run Pitiless Plunderer in the Altar of Dementia. You sack it, you get a treasure token.
Oh,
true. You do it each time, and you like Altar of Dementia your whole library away.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can, like, I don't know, do like some stupid Yawgmoth's Will shit or something. Like, from there.
Yeah. Dungeon Masters, thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Welcome back to the top of the dog pile. Whoever said you speak in Times New Roman is wrong. You're clearly speaking in Garamond.
I like to think you're like gothic, like bold. You know what I mean? There's like a it's pretty similar to Impact, but like less cartoony.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I do agree with these. I agree with these. I
like Cactuar a lot. I hope you agree.
I think there's some foul shit you can do. I think like here's my thing. I think you're right. I think 1% of the population is going to build him like this, and everyone else is going to go hatred, he, hoo, and they're gonna just pay 14 life and let it rip.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't grade on the middle of the bell curve.
But I will. When are we gonna get a stream in Wingdings? Anoxa, you get one of those every other day when I have tech issues. Okay, then let me grab a little something for you.
Hell yeah. Ugh.
How are we feeling about a big old rock, big old stone?
So I don't want to spoil Snail's next video too heavily. because I read the script for that thing.
Oh no.
I will give a little thing that definitely stood out to me though, and I feel like you'll agree. You shouldn't put cards in your deck where they become the best thing over the thing you actually like. So
Oh yeah, I agree with that. I mean, that's the like Rhystic Study Mutate deck thing.
Yeah, so for this deal, Monument to Endurance is like, oh, Snail has an Esper cycling deck that's focused on Astral Slide, so you flicker every time you cycle.
Mm-hmm.
This is a shoo-in because it doubles all of your cycling things. The problem is that you're going to be tutoring for this over Astral Slide because this is just a stronger card than Astral Slide, and you want this in play first as your value engine. So in that cycling deck, it's actually fucking awful.
Yeah, because it ruins the fucking vibe.
For me, I like Monument to Endurance. I agree with that. I absolutely agree. You should not put this in your Astral Slide cycling deck because you're going to tutor for this instead of the Astral Slide. What I think, though, is that this has a home in other decks. So the example I gave to Snail is when I was reviewing a script was Asmo. Asmo Random Darksnid Koldakar, however the fuck you say it. When you get the Underworld Cookbook with Asmo, the fun thing about Asmo is defeating the card disadvantage of the Underworld Cookbook. Whether that's with Oval Chase Daredevil, which says whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, return this card from the graveyard to your hand. So you get to discard that once, and it's just basically it's free to activate the Underworld Cookbook.
Yeah.
Or in this case, you draw a card. And with Unwinding Clock, right, you can start to get a little value engine going. It's kind of funny. Clock of Omens, right? Oh my god, you can go infinite with the... or not infinite, because this only triggers once each turn for each mode. With Unwinding Clock and Academy Manufacturer, right? There is so much fun play to be had with this card in that Asmo deck that I don't want to just say that this is generic good stuff and it's awful. But, like, I don't like it in a cycling deck, for instance, because I think it removes the joy of cycling. As like
you have to be motion first. And I think this is another thing of, like... We had different initial reactions because of how different, how less good I like to play Magic than you. Because I saw this card and my eyes lit up with holy fuck, Thrill of Possibility is card positive. That was my genuine reaction. I was like, Thrill of Possibility mentioned. Yeah. We jingled the keys for fucking rummaging. Woo!
Yeah, I think in that deck it's sick. Like, absolutely. Like, if you want to build like Thrill of Possibility Storm or like yeah, absolutely. Or
no, like this is going in my fucking Howler deck, just to fuck it. Yeah, so I agree with you. There are definitely some decks that are going to get ruined by it because they're gonna have a like otherwise kooky or fun combo that then becomes like, okay, well now Monument to Endurance deterministically kills you. For some people, maybe that's good because it's a way to bring a more fringe thing like up to a higher power level that their table wants to play with. Dungeon Masters Consortium, if you mention Confessor one more fucking time, I'll pull this card up.
Okay, I'm going to bring up Confessor right now. Oh, this card's ass.
Thank you. Back to business. I'm not even gonna elaborate. I'm not even elaborating on this consortium.
Yeah,
you hold this. So yeah, I'll say Monument to Endurance, but it is like I'm gonna say Monument to Endurance better when it's bad.
Yeah, I can vibe with that. I think that the power level of this card in certain decks is just too high. It's gonna make the deck soulless. In other decks, it's gonna be the bump it needs.
Yeah,
and that's the home.
It's just a little bit of schneef to keep you going, but if like you're already addicted, you don't need any more, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, do you want to talk about the Bright Glass Gear Hulk? Let Tutor Boy get up on his Tutor altar.
Get off the fucking Tutor horse, you piece of shit. Okay, so I'll tell you. Here's what's gonna happen every time this card gets played. You're gonna put this on the stack. I'm gonna put a gun on the table, and I'm gonna say, "Is Soul Ring in your deck?" And that answer is going to decide whether I shoot you dead in the middle of the LGS or not.
I think Soul Ring's the most boring thing you can grab with this.
Okay, agreed.
There's a lot of fun lines you can do with this piece of shit, though. Let me tell you.
Okay.
So there's a card called Voyager Staff. Oh boy, here we go. Voyager Staff. It's a 1-mana artifact. You can pay 2, sacrifice this artifact to exile target creature. Return the exiled card to the battlefield under its owner's control to begin the next end step. You get to tutor for 3 things now. Salvaging Scout? Or Salvage Scout, rather? It's a 1-drop creature, and you can sacrifice this creature to return the Voyager Staff from your graveyard to your hand, and then you play it, and now we're getting 4 cards with the Bright Glass Gear Hulk. I can keep going. There's a lot of 1-drops that flicker that are artifacts or creatures.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to trust you. What I want to know at the end of this trade chain, what is the stuff that you eventually want to have out on the board?
You know what? That's a really.
Or
good
are you just taking fucking game actions? Are you just Beyblading?
I'm looking at my deck. Looking at my deck. Okay?
You're just like, this card allows me to play show and tell. You have a YouTube channel. This is what it's for. It's for you to go look at all these sick fucking cards I would resolve.
Okay, so big one, Haywire Might. There's removal in this package.
Okay. Haywire Mites, yeah, real.
Mother of Runes, big protection, great way to get through with attackers.
Okay.
My thought is that if you have any amount of Felia action going on, you can get either Mother of Runes, or if that doesn't cut it, you can pay 1 and you can get I'm stupid. Well, you can get Esper Sentinel, by the way, LOL. You can get Reconnaissance.
Okay.
So Felia attack trigger, and then you Reconnaissance Felia to keep her safe. And then you get to get the Bright Glass Gear Hulk re-entry. Yeah, Planar Guide's another one of the flicker creatures. Give me my hamburger. Although I think he's like a little too pricey, and he can affect your opponent's stuff as well, so I'm not really that big on it. A huge game with Bright Glass Gear Hulk is you can get Colossus Hammer and Sigarda's Aid with it. Both halves of the hammer combo. Sigarda's Aid
guns coming back out.
That's cool, though. I like that. It's super sweet that you can just get Sigarda's Aid with this. The fact that this gets artifacts, creatures, or enchantments is sick.
So,
like, this is way better than Range.
Sigarda's Aid sees Hammer enter, right? So
yeah.
Gear Hulk says, attach Colossus Hammer to a creature from your deck.
Yes.
It's been a great stream, y'all. It's gonna look like it's ending. That's
the fairest thing in the world.
So okay, hold on.
The Gear Hulk does have trample, so you can attach it to the Gear Hulk and trample through with the +10/+10.
Let me talk to you about a even better synergy than Sigarda's Aid Hammer. If you play this in something like Bilbo, the Abzan 2/3 that does life gain, you play this guy, and then you can tutor for the last ride.
Oh, fuck you.
And then we're drawing cards, baby. Then we're drawing fucking cards.
Like, I can't even argue with that, though. It's not that bad. Like, that's fine. That's a fine thing to grab with this. I would grab 2 Soul Sisters first, I think. But last ride's totally in that package. I think in a 3-color deck, the double white, double green's gonna get you.
Yeah, the double pips do kind of restrict it to Selesnya. I'm just so tired so there's what you're gonna do, and there's what I'm gonna have to watch it do, and what I'm gonna have to watch it do is go, okay, resolve Bright Glass Gear Hulk. I name Soul Warden. I name Authority of the Consuls. I pass. And now we're just watching paint dry. So if you here, I'll promote whatever YouTube video you make about Bright Glass Gear Hulk to convince the people to do anything other than that. But when I look at that art, I see inside that little glass bubble, I just see life gain players spinning fidget spinners.
Okay, so I have a real question for you. Would you rather watch me flicker Bright Glass Gear Hulk or Riptide Gear Hulk legitimately?
Ooh, let me go. I don't know.
I put it on the slide.
Oh, true. Okay. When this creature enters, put. I mean, shut up. What do you mean?
Yeah, exactly. You would rather me flicker the bright glass here.
Oh wow, Azorius is still the worst. Fucking shocker. What are you gonna be like? I will not allow you to whataboutism fucking Teferi into this PowerPoint. Yeah, it turns out, hey, bald people still worse than whatever Selesny is doing.
Teferi would be a good roommate.
That's only if he's never there.
I mean, he's really busy.
Yo, Maldhound, what's a fun shenanigans commander in 2+ colors? I mean, basically all of them. Like, we have to, like, the thing is, when any individual person says shenanigans, Elk and I have incredibly, like, we're both fun. We both have incredibly different reactions to the words, let's do shenanigans, right? We're taking you to very different neighborhoods. And so you have to tell us a little bit about what you like as shenanigans.
For me, shenanigans is I'm sacrificing Merit Lage to greater good like 5 times. Like we're firmly in shenanigans at that point.
I want them to know when they see the commander that it's 100% bullshittery. I mean, that is still a lot. I would say Blim is a good way to communicate to the table that you're on
Only
demon
first.
time. Yeah. Like Blim is like I'm thinking about, okay, what commanders are 0% chance this deck is serious.
If I see Blim, Beamtown Bullies, John Arenicus, you will die first.
Yeah, you're not a serious person.
Yeah, you're not staying here.
I think what are other like fundamentally unserious people decks? Not Asmarano. Asmarano is coin flip. That person is either not serious or was just let out of the asylum.
Asmarano, Martinez, and Kuldakar is Rakdos artifact combo. It's not a joke. It's actually pretty serious.
It's either they don't know the combos and they're jokesters, or it's Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah, no, when I picture Asmo, I'm like, when's the repercussion going to come down and you're going to start force feeding all my creatures to kill me? Or Brash Tantra, you just plump that goblin up, you know what I mean? And then I die.
Lupo sent me here a couple days ago. Would Precon as a commander make me a war criminal? So there's caveats. Do you know the Great Wall of Ionia? That's a League reference. But do you know the Wall, Elk?
So I know League lore as far as Arcane goes. I've watched Arcane.
Oh no, the Ionia thing I threw the League reference in for literally no reason. I was just like, I started saying Great Wall of, and I was like, I can't say China. I can't say anything that actually exists. I have to say something stupid and goofy. And so I picked a League reference. So
Precon, yeah. I mean, Precon, it depends how you build it, of course.
I think
this is my Precon Walls deck, who cares? But if it's like, I'm Precon Hate Bears, and we're gonna go into prison soon, you're not fun.
I think it's hard to pick a truly funny thing in what is very much a Jeskai control commander. Like he looked dumb, which is why people think it can be silly, and the whole like, oh, it's doing control in a different way, maybe that's funny. At the end of the day, it's still Simon Says and you're Simon. The worst things I think you can do are Planeswalkers and Flicker.
Planeswalkers is so fucking awful. Holy shit.
Like,
dude, Planeswalkers and Saga decks, once your cards like have so many words on them, I just stop reading them. This is a game object, and I'm just waiting for someone to like farewell or something. Otherwise,
exactly.
Like you can only have, there's a limit to how many words you can put on a card before I'm out.
Mm-hmm. I think the cool way you build this is you have to be about murder. Like if you're doing Precon, I do not think you can. There's some decks that try to like recuse themselves from the commander game and go like, oh ho ho, I'm not trying to win, boo ha 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 ha, and I'm gonna fucking, it's gonna make me crash out when I see those decks.
Yeah,
I think
if your Precon take 40-minute turns versus Precon, I'm trying to close the game with combat. You're like one of those is fun to play with, one of those isn't.
Yeah, like what this deck is to me is this is Precon. I'm on Jeskai beat you to death, and I'm no longer afraid of crackbacks. That is the most ethical and like fun, like air quotes fun, because like good games of Commander are fun, even if like your entire deck doesn't have to be a fucking joke for the Commander game to be fun and interesting. And I think the best thing you can do with Precon is say, I'm going to use this to crash out in Jeskai, but control the flow of combat so that I don't get murdered for swinging out every time.
Yeah, Precon kill the person to your left is a really funny deck.
Yeah, and then you have like one flicker to like reset it when you're ready to kill the next person. Like it's just use it to pick who your 1v1. It's like Precon is one of those anime episodes where the group of 4 people gets split up into a variety of 1v1s. Or if you play League of Legends, it's Mordekaiser Ultimate. Don't make it separate things into 2 piles themed. No, that, like, again, that's the, you do not have to recuse yourself from the Magic game to have a good Magic game.
Yeah, if Space Bellerin hits the stack, I'm going to just kill it. It's not going to resolve.
Yeah, as soon as you start telling me to put my creatures into sectors, your balls and your mouth are ending up in different ones. Or the same one, depending on how you interpret that line.
So, cards.
Cards from Aetherdrift that we're very focused in. Let me go to... Let me open up Aetherdrift Commander and see what else I'm missing.
Yeah, I mean,
wait, hold on. What's the Scryfall syntax to cut reprints?
We wanted to talk about the Speed Demon, right?
Oh, the Speed Demon, yeah.
I'm throwing him on the point.
Yeah, I'm pulling him up on... Oh, B, I'm sorry about missing that rant request. Hit me with the topic, my friend.
I will sit and listen.
Oh, you're getting in on this. Oh, rant about your experience with Aetherdrift Limited. I straight up have not drafted this set yet. So I will...
I have.
Okay, Elk, you go off.
Motherfucker, this is the best 2-headed giant set ever printed. Legitimately. It's so much fun. My sealed event that I did was 2-headed giant. I fucking love it. It's so cool. So there's a card called Risky Shortcut. It's 2 and a black. Each player loses 2 life. You draw 2 cards. That's Flame Rift now. Each player loses 4 life. You draw 2 cards. Hell yeah, we're going aggro. And then start your engines. This is the coolest fucking mechanic for 2-headed giant because your friend can chip in for damage and your engines will increase. Which is super sick in 2-headed giant. So like I had a deck with Far Fortune, which is a 4-mana 4/5 insane body. With whenever you attack, it does 1 damage to each opponent. And then max speed, all of your damage is amplified by 1. So when we attack, they take 2, and then when I get max speed, they take 4. And then they can peck in, even after Far Fortune's gone, to get my speed up for my later speed payoffs. It's insanely cool. Anyway, yeah, that's my rant.
I believe that. I haven't gotten to draft yet. I was kind of dim on it mainly because I can see how this would be ameliorated by making it 2-headed giant. I felt like the trying to make vehicles a main thing is always really fucking hard because it's like, okay, I have half a creature. And draft decks...
I need to iterate that red-blue feels like a really strong color pair, and they have fuck all to do with vehicles. Like,
yeah, it
is a very good pair.
Like, you're always so hard up for, like, meaningful creatures in most limited environments anyway, and for them to then go, hey, here's this set where most of the cards say, this is a creature, maybe, is tough.
Black-green is definitely another one of the stronger color pairs, and that's because games are actually pretty slow. It feels like the pace of the format has been meaningfully like reduced a lot when compared to older ones like All Will Be One, which was like turbo fast. Like red green aggro was the deck to play, and if you weren't in red green aggro, force it. Like you need to be in red green aggro. Yeah, I actually like Start Your Engines. I was originally down on the mechanic, but like in terms of limited, it plays super fun. Like it's super cool. what I like about Start Your Engines is none of the payoffs feel like I'm beating you to death. Like all of the payoffs are marginal. Like my card gets a slight upgrade in the late game.
Yeah. I haven't gotten to play with it. Love it as a limited mechanic. I saw it and I was like, this is going to be so fucking beautiful for draft stuff. But I have not, still haven't gotten the opportunity to. I think I was like sick the day that I planned on doing the MTGO early access. And then after I did that, I was like, I don't know. I'm going to talk about butts.
Yeah. Not going to lie. I've not been on MTGO as much as I should. It's just been lagging so badly recently. They've had some issues with that recently, and they're also like those pre-release events never fire.
Yeah, I mean me either. And also like my main issue is it looking like Excel threw up. It's hard.
It feels like every time they update the client, there's a new bug somehow. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's legitimately one day I will figure out how to trick I will get a stream overlay that makes MTGO look like MTGA, but there is legitimately like a 70 viewer difference doing the same activity on MTGO versus MTGA. Because everybody goes like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, the reason to be playing MTGO is for Cube, for Modern, for Legacy. Yeah, like they're piecing out because it just doesn't look good. If you're just playing Standard, like just play Magic the Gathering Arena.
Yeah. Okay, Speed Demon. The thing we were talking about the whole time.
So, Speed Demon sucks, I think. I think this card's ass.
Hold on, I'm going to try to save it. It looks raw. So I'm going to try to save it.
Yeah. I think it's fine. It's okay.
Oh, hold on. Elk, we have a random Smasher Pass. Do you want to participate, or do you want me to just be a maniac by myself?
I'll participate, but also thanks, Jay Arlington, for raiding Malltown with a party of 93.
Jay Arlington, thank you for the raid, my man. I hope you've had a good stream. Now your chat's participating in Smash or Pass Slide.
Oh, man, I won. Hard Smash.
It was always this. Let me paste the image.
Hard Smash for me. I won.
Crown of Skemfar is a hard smash for you?
No. I did my own.
Oh, you did your own. Post yours next to mine in the Smash or Pass slide. Jay, thank you so much. I hope you had a good stream. Let me hit you with the shout out. You fucking lunatic.
What's wrong with the Zoff shade?
Everything?
What do you mean?
So, okay. Let's see. It's got claw hands, which I don't like.
He looks incorporeal, so I think he could like go through me and like do some weird shit with that. I'm kind of into it.
And you said you're not a bottom.
I mean, like it'd be fun.
You said, and I want us to play in fucking grayscale. Elk going, come on.
Okay, maybe I'm a verse, all right, but like,
I feel like. See, I think it may be background bias here. I think this thing smells bad, which does matter to me.
I think it doesn't have a scent. It's just a shadow. I think it'll go through you and it'll be like cool and cold.
Oh,
and
that sounds horrible. That sounds so bad.
Awesome. Having this thing like, no, never mind.
I'm trying to imagine like, oh yeah, do my bedroom activities seem like they'd be better if I had fucking river socks on? No. I think if it can shapeshift, I'll talk about it. But if it's like
cute too, just as he is, I like how lanky he is.
Oh my lord.
He's cute.
Nobody show Elk Slenderman. Dwarf Lord, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home.
I want to get on my podium really quick about my most controversial wood, I think, in this game.
Go ahead. Yeah, and then we'll cover Crown of Skemfar.
Oh my god, it's fucking... No, not... Hang on, sorry. Skyfall's being so slow. Just pull up Carnage Interpreter.
And this is about a mechanic, right? And not.
Oh no, I would fuck the hell out of this devil.
How do I mute you in our Discord?
Thighs? This is the fattest thighs I've ever fucking seen.
Sorry about that, gang. You're rocking with me now. We've muted Elk's. We've muted Elk's sound output in my OBS. No, you're being persecuted now. You fucking chat, everyone calm down. No, you've been silenced. You've been silenced. Your stream can still hear you. Twitch chat, I expect thank yous for the things I am sparing you from having to hear right now. Elk is peeking the mic with the most diabolical shit. All right.
I like his little hat too. I like his little hat.
Okay, I'm glad that's the part I unmuted for. I'm glad that the last little bit that we got is I like his little hat. Okay, Crown of Skemfar, smash. Yeah, would immediately.
I don't know. This is like giving me like I'm seeing the visions of all of my past dead ancestors, helping me rule the kingdom. I don't want them like watching me.
Oh, so my rule is generally like if there's a humanoid on the card, it's gonna default to the humanoid. Yeah. Unless it's very obvious. And so like I think I'm big on an intense stare. You hit me with that. You hit me with neon eye contact. Sold.
Yeah, the eyes are a little haunting. Like Zoff Shade also has lime green eyes, but they're cute, right? This one has like dilated pupils. Like
yeah, see, and that's what I think is cute.
Yeah, you're fucked. I don't get it.
I see Zoff Shade, I'm just like, whatever, bro. And Crowd of Skemfar, I'm like, yeah, fucking glare at me.
All right.
Okay,
Speed Demon, huh?
Speed Demon, bad card. I think
it's fine.
I think if Start Your Engines was ever coming back to a future set, like I think 20 years from now when we've been back to Aetherdrift 4 more times.
I do want to interrupt you because I think in 2026 we're getting another racing set in Kamigawa.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, I don't know if that was confirmed or not, but
okay.
I think we are.
Okay, so
we're
then
getting a second Aetherdrift set.
So maybe in like 5 years, because I think as Start Your Engines becomes less of a like draft chaff mechanic and more of a thing you could reliably trigger before we got into like the meat of the game, this becomes playable. This becomes playable as, let me steal a word from Snail, as a counterweight commander.
Yeah.
If you're like...
So, like, the list of things I like with this. Amonkhet Raceway, Vishkar Raceway, the Lance, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Lance Start Your Engines very early, and Black has a good way to drain. This is a commander that will come down and draw you 4 cards on turn 5.
Yeah, and I think the only weakness of it right now is, or like what makes it really bad right now, is the concentration of those cards is so low that it's very much like Magical Christmas Land territory to be like, oh yeah, I'm always going to rip turn 4, turn 5, Speed Demon, draw 4.
I think like the upper echelon of the Speed Demon, if you've built him correctly, is he will come down and draw you 2 cards. Yeah. That is the most average case. You will have played him and have hit someone. Your speed is now 2, you draw 2 on your end step. You are not building the Speed Demon correctly if you put this fuck in your deck.
Yeah, so I think it's just like the Speed Demon... True. So I think he's just not a commander build around. He is a like, I'm doing this other thing and I want to be deeply irresponsible about the amount of card draw I put in this deck. And so fuck it. Speed Demon here. Speed Demon is here as Phyrexian Arena Plus.
I would like to addendum that with, I think that the Speed Demon should be going in a life drain deck or any deck that you can reliably get attackers through. I want this to be a draw 2 on my end step when I play it, at the very minimum.
Yeah.
I want to increase my speed the same turn I play the Speed Demon and I start my engines.
Yeah, 5 mana draw 2. I mean, that's basically the last ride.
Right, exactly. I mean, it's not hard to get that speed to 2. You just need a Lightning Greaves, right?
True, yeah.
IRA first of Lockthwain, this black creature enters, and then you drain everyone for 1.
Yeah, and then just a little fairy blowjob, easy stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Rakdos ping with start your engine support. Yeah, that would probably work. And then this thing is literally just here as like, hey, what if Phyrexian Arena was bigger?
All right, I'm gonna hit you with I think my least favorite card in the set.
Okay, hold on. New slide.
All right. Fuck this card.
No!
Fucking hate this card. This card sucks.
Why do you hate this card?
It's triple fucking red, dude. This is so hard to cast.
Oh yeah, so the 3-color players don't get it? What about it?
No, you don't get to play utility lands in your mono red deck.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, you straight up landlubber.
Okay, motherfucker. Are you putting 37 red, like, mountains in your deck? Or are you putting the Gaia Reach Sanitariums in and stuff like that? Like, come on. Count on Luck sucks. It's so bad.
Mountain gaming, baby. Mountain gaming.
Dude, red has so many of this effect already, and they all fucking suck. The fact that it's triple red just makes it worse than a 4-mana version of this effect.
So here's your problem right now. Is you're speaking facts to a Niv Mizzet player. And so as soon as you did that, I rejected your reality and substituted my own. And what my reality is as someone who came up in this game trying to resolve fucking Niv Mizzet Perrin in all of my Izzet decks.
Yeah, hang on. Alec, man, you think Pia Nalar wants this? No. She's 2 colors. It's very fucking hard to do triple red. I like it's
not
actually
difficult.
so hard.
Not difficult. My land bases have always been built under the auspices of needing to make every fucking pip in every fucking situation. Yeah, like I think you both have a point and you're just super fucking wrong.
Okay, like already I am down on Phyrexian Arena. Can I be real? I do not like that card. I don't like when I have to untap with stuff because I just get my shit blown up all the time.
Yeah, you're a fucking maniac. I think I just think that's a situation of like if Count on Luck is the best permanent you have and deserves removal, either nothing is happening in that game or the people you are playing with are smoking crack cocaine.
For me, it's just like, how many cards off Count on Luck do I want before I'm happy with the card?
Bro,
if the
1.
answer is, I think 4. I want 4 cards off of this before I'm fucking significantly happy with it. And then the thing is I play this on turn 3. That's happening on turn 7. The triple red is preventing me from playing this on turn 3 a lot of games because it's just so hard to cast. I'm going to get this down on maybe turn 5 in a 2-color deck or in a mono red deck that isn't all mountains. And then we're getting that 4 cards on like now turn, 11.
Just because you're saying this, I'm putting this in my Captain Howler deck. I'm going to find an excuse to play it against you, and it's going to come down turn 3, no fucking problem. And it's going to make it's going to make me giddy turn 4.
Yeah, but like the thing is, right?
What's the thing?
That's one game. You can't. No.
I will craft falsified footage of 18 additional Commander games in which it always makes me equally happy.
I hate this card so much. Because, like, here's the thing. This card already exists in so many different iterations, and they've always just been mid.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is even more like... To me, this just screams to me more like, fuck yeah, 1s and 2s, baby. Bring them out. Stop running out of gas. I don't think it's a powerful card. I think it is very narrow. I think the upside is relatively low. Yes, the pip thing does legitimately matter. And I think in all of that, that is like better in many, like there are many games where I'm like, thank God this fucker played Count on Luck instead of Jeska's Will.
Yeah, I agree. Like, yeah, I just, on one hand, it's like, what's so wrong with the Jessica's Will? You know what I mean?
Everything you want. See, that's the thing. You want upgrades. I want downgrades. I want reverse power creep, and this is that. Like this is filling out the echelons of commander where it's like people power up from here because they don't have engines to keep the game going because the engines were all good. Like
Yeah,
either
I'm gonna
that.
put something on screen here. I'm gonna rotate it because who reads cards like that?
Yeah, I love that card. What do you
This
mean?
card's fine. I think Charred Foyer is perfectly fine in the commander deck. I think Count on Luck isn't, though. I think Charred Foyer is going to do better work than Count on Luck most of the time just because it's easier to cast.
Oh, well, yeah, but then I think that just comes down to how many colors you have and how obsessed you are with Gaia Reach Sanitarium.
Gaia Reach Sanitarium fucking owns.
I don't think I've put that in a single deck in my life.
Okay, to be clear, my mono red context is Zerzoth, the Chaos Rider, right? So.
Oh yeah, I looked at one of those decks the other day. So I get you for Zerzoth.
Yeah, like Zerzoth, but like even like other mono red decks, they like their access tunnels and stuff, right? Like getting these attackers through or whatever.
Yeah, but I just think for me it's always like, okay, here's 4 or 5 colorless lands. Fuck it, hit my pips. And so if you're like, I have these 15 colorless lands, if you're trying to slam now Muraganda Raceway into every fucking deck you have, yeah, that's going to make...
I think Muraganda Raceway is unironically worse than the one that gives haste. The one that gives haste is kind of cracked.
Oh yeah, for sure. In the context of yes, I agree with you.
All right. Yeah, I'm fine with Count on Luck. I don't think this card will ever be fucking awful, but it's just, or like it will be if you're like in a top deck war, which mono red can end up in.
Mm-hmm.
I would much rather have like the impulse draw 2 like a Ren's Resolve.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think for any deck that is comfortable doing a lot of impulse draw, Count on Luck is just infinitely worse Wild Wasteland.
I agree.
I think either you are safe enough to risk exiling the top of your deck, or you're not, and Wild Wasteland's always better. But I think Count on Luck is just another like, because unlike the thing that I was doing with Last Ride, these do stack. And so if you are just in my concern with commander cards is never how good is the top end. The first thing I'm always thinking about is what can these cards do to get me out of a game that's going nowhere. And so that is kind of why I like attach to these cards so heavily, because I have no bad memories of commander games where I lost because I was like going medium speed and someone else went fast. I have bad memories of commander games where we all sat there just making awkward eye contact while we all like missed the important shit.
Yeah.
So
I'm not gonna lie. I honestly just forgot we were streaming. I forgot I was like awake. It feels like I just woke up.
You were just like, I was just arguing about cardboard right now, as one does. Oh, President, I'm playing both. I think I think Elk's decks probably aren't running them. Zilla, thank you for the the tier 1 sub for the 3rd month in a row. Happy quarterversary in the dog home. And Zavi Zero, thank you for the prime sub. Welcome to the dog home, my friend. So I think Count on Luck is just is in Last Ride territory for me, where you can't just put it on the generic impulse draw engine list because it will fuck you. It will crowbar your shins. But some decks are going to be like, oh, this is great because it's not going to warp the game because it's not that good. I made sacrifices in my land base to cast it, but now I draw 2 cards a turn.
Yeah. Could I maybe hit you with, I know I'm going back to back here, but can I hit you with a little bit of a truth nuke?
Mm-hmm. I think you're smoking crack. I think this card
is terminally boring. The more that I think about it.
I will agree with you for standard bell curve. I think the average Ketramos deck, I agree, is Rizless.
I think Catching works with literally fucking everything, and it's not even close. Like, that's not an exaggeration. It works with removal, it works with flicker, it works with grave hate. Like, all the cards you're already playing in Commander. This card just sucks you off for playing Commander. This is no different than Landfall.
Ooh, that's spicy. I love a good amount of anger. I love it. All right.
It works with Delve.
Who the fuck is delving in Orzhov, though?
I mean,
You
I'm
fighting
not gonna
ghosts
lie.
over there? You
need to listen to me
you
when
boxing
I say
with
that
some shadows?
it's so unbelievably true.
What did the Gurmag
that-
Angler do to you?
Okay, Gurmag Angler is not the card I'm talking about. What's the name of the fucking kill spell?
Oh, Dead Drop or Death
No.
Rattle
That
or
one sucks. Murderous Cut. This card actually owns.
oh,
one plays the
Murderous
fucking
Cut.
card.
Yeah, okay.
This card fucks. Legitimately. But yeah, anyway, long story short, a Ketramos is just like, it's just like drawing cards. And it's impossible to remove for a lot of people who are like, you know, like you need a Swords to Plowshares this.
I
Like,
think
this is just yet another card pushing me away from destroy target creature and into exile target creature, right?
so what I will give you on this is I think theme decks with Ketramos suck. I defy anybody to make a Ketramos deck that I would call cool. When I saw this, I was like, oh, high power, mechanically driven card for tables where the rule zero conversation is, I fucking hate you guys, let's play Magic. Like, I think that if you do Orzhov spot control right now, you lose like a dumb idiot. Because what just happens...
I'm just imagining a world where like someone's like, I evoke Solitude, I ephemerate Solitude, I flash in Felia on your end step, I Felia my Solitude, I exile your creature. That line of play just drew your opponent 5 cards while removing your like 2 of your creatures, 3 of your creatures, and
yeah, that's like, dope as fuck.
Yeah, play Modern. That's what people in Modern are doing. That's a Modern deck.
Well, I think then it's just like that just becomes a. Have I exposed you to my term warrior mindset?
No, please.
That is what I call commanders, where if you do anything coherent, it's like you're playing powerful Magic, and this is not a funny casual game. This is a like we might not be playing CEDH, but we are playing like cutthroat Magic. And to me, so Ketramos is like siloed in my head is that. Like
this is like this is the face of bracket 3. This is bracket 3's king here.
Yeah, like I saw this and I was like, fringe CEDH, baby, let's go. that's what that's what I'm hyping Ketramos for. I think yes, if you ever tell me, oh, my Ketramos deck is a 1, you're a fucking liar. If you ever tell me my Ketramos deck is a 2, I think you probably don't understand how good your own deck is. If you say it's a 3 or a 4, I'm like, yeah, okay, we be in bitches today, but like I'm with it. Because I think that it's sort of, this is terminally boring in casual. Spot control already was, and people were still trying to do it, and at least this guy will give them the cards to maybe participate in the actual Magic game.
I do like that it turns one for ones into 2 for ones and what have you, or like it at least puts you back up a card. So you can do control with Catch Promotion, which is pretty sweet. However, I don't think most games are going to play out that way at all ever.
How do you think they're going to play out?
I think we're going to see the world's fucking boringest Orzhov Flicker deck in the fucking world.
Well, that's because you like Flicker. Like, see, like I didn't even think about Flicker because I hate Flicker on principle.
Yeah, we're going to see Emirates, we're going to see Felia, we're going to see Teleportation Circle. They are all coming out. And then we're going to see a ton of Grave Hate on top of that. Relic of Progenitus, what have you. Right, these Grave Hate cards that tap to exile 1 card from a graveyard. And then there's cards like I'm thinking of, I mean, it combos with Necropotence in a way.
Yeah. So I think that I'm going to argue that you feel about this the way I feel about Kadora. where it is a mechanical thing that does not make the dopamine monkey in your brain clap and spread the fun neurochemicals around. This is the type of thing that I am personally tempted to build specifically for like high power fuck you commander. But I am totally with you on you can never slap this thing down on the table and tell me that it's about to be interesting. Like you can never
decently boring, which is what has me here on
yeah,
this slide.
you can never sell me. Now the thing is, I think it's cool in Fuck You Commander, which is different. Like, I think it's terminally boring in low power Commander. In high power Commander, I think I would enjoy being able to go through a mechanical line or like a mechanical play pattern that typically just flat out fails if you try to do it.
That's fine. Yeah, I'm down with that. It's just like this doesn't inspire joy in me, like you said.
Yeah, and that's totally fair because he is not. Like, bro is not interesting. Hold on. Elikman, Flicker was the first thing I thought of, but I prefer him with removal, grave hate, and ways to externalize creatures from grave or do astral slide shenanigans. How are those uninteresting? So, I mean, removal and grave hate are typically very uninteresting to everybody but the person doing them. Like, I'm going to challenge you one time to resolve Grasp of Fate and have anybody be like, wow, that was so cool. And then Eternalize is all, if there were any fucking good Eternalize creatures, like generally the Magic populace does not find it cool that you drew a card. For the exact same reason that people don't want to watch you give yourself a neck massage in the middle of the game. And so Eternalize is a kind of like, it's a more niche way to do the card, but at the end of the day, you're telling people like, hey, remember this bad card? Now it's bad and it draws me a card. How about that? Which is, like, most people don't find you getting advantage to be interesting. There's a lot of ways to build him, and that makes him interesting to me. I think that's fair. I think you are... I think it's tricking you a little bit. Like, I think it looks more open than it is in... It's more flexible in theory than it is in practice. I think in terms of building a deck that can actually win, it is much more narrow than it initially appears. And that is what's going to make it boring. But I do think the narrow way it's going to operate cooler for Fuck You Commander. Now, I am also... Elk, do you play Legacy?
Yes.
I am a Death and Taxes player in Legacy. So that is also...
Cool.
So that is also...
Are you on the Orion version or the... like, what version are you on?
Yorion.
Oh, yeah, dope. Hell yeah.
So that is also part of why I was like... I saw this, I was like, Death and Taxes in Commander!
Yeah, no, that's pretty sweet. That's a fun angle. It's just like, I don't know, there's like more interesting Death and Taxes commanders for me.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, I like D&T. I've always been more of like just like a soul tie, like bug, like slop player.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna caveat Ketramos just with in low power, because I do think, yeah, I do think you tell me this is my chill Ketramos deck. You are a liar. We are about to watch grass grow for 2 hours.
Yeah. Oh, I also love Dreadnought. I've always been a Stifle Knot enjoyer.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
I like my big stupid thing. Do you have another card for here? I feel like I just did 2 in a row, you know?
Yeah, probably. Let me scroll through and try to remember
I have
them.
4. I can rapid fire these
Oh
fucking
my
pieces.
god, don't you...
I'm just giving you the floor for a little bit so I don't, like, you know.
Oh yeah, I've got one. Hold on.
All right. Right, totally.
I feel like I was woefully unimpressed by Kona again, which let me find the specific card. Yeah, Ovia.
Yeah. Ovia is mid as fuck. Like, absolutely.
I think it's just like
I
it's
do have a use case for Ovia though.
okay. What's your use case?
So for me, Ovia is really good in the 99. It's just an Elvish Piper, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that it puts vehicles into play, and I like the trample text. I think the trample text is pretty funny.
All right,
For,
different strokes. Yeah, keep going.
for me though, what this card reads is put me in the 99 of Caradora. Like, you know what I mean? Like you go
Okay, yeah,
Caradora
yeah,
turn
yeah.
4.
Yeah, so
You
this
go
is just
Caradora turn 4, or rather, you go Ovia turn 4. Turn 5, you go Caradora. You have 1 green mana.
right,
You
and you
instant speed the vehicle into play on someone's end step. Right? That's the play pattern for Ovia. I would never put this in a command zone. I think that card is horrible. Elvish Piper is just a bad card.
okay. So I'm going to immediately caveat Ovia then with in the command zone.
Can I give you a second one for in the command zone?
Yes.
I think there's a card that's really cool in the set, but you should never put in the command zone. That is this beautiful lady right here. Stab Sunnin.
I agree, honestly. I'm on principle I hate the card because it's Simic. I do like that Simic. I love it when Simic has to care about any metric other than more, please, more.
Yeah. So my thinking with Sab Sun in here is this in a 99 is super cool if you're in like a counters synergy kind of matters deck, right? That's a cool value engine to have in a counter synergy matters deck. You're proliferating, you're doing etc. Right? This is super cool. In the command zone, Sab Sunin is just a card draw engine. It's pretty fucking boring.
Mm-hmm.
The only cool thing you can do is like, oh, I proliferate her, so now I get to draw cards, or I proliferate her on your turn, so now I get to block. Surprise, right? That's boring. In the 99, this card's super cool. You get to move counters around. It just doesn't have anything that screams, "Hey, look at me, I'm interesting, and build me," right?
Yeah.
The thing with Sab Sunin as well, that I really like is that it keeps pushing Simic into like the weird math colors, which I appreciate. Because yes, the weird math Simic cards are super cool.
Yeah, Simic having to, because the only Simic deck I've played and enjoyed so far has been the Zamone deck that cared about prime lands. That one, that pleased me to actually be like, okay, I need to do something other than make number go up ad infinitum. I have to try to like hit specific numbers, go back and forth. That was fun. And so I do appreciate Simic when it's doing that. Oh, and the tall guy. Oh, go ahead.
I like the new card as well. The Kien Warped Memory or whatever. It's like whenever she has an odd number of counters on her, your creatures have flash. And whenever you have an even number, your non-creatures have flash. So you have to like manage the counters on her to play the right card at the right time. I think that card's super cool. Like, just like weird math. More of this for Simic instead of just landfall draw a card. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm down with that. All right, I'm looking at other things that I dislike. This is gonna... Listen, we now need a second Rizless and Bitchless slide.
Yeah, that's
because
fair.
It's just gonna keep going. Let me copy this.
I'm excited to see whether I agree or disagree.
Fuck this guy.
Hard disagree. I'm
Fuck
sorry.
this guy. Fuck this guy. No.
Commander players when Sun Titan isn't in white. Oh, this card sucks. This card's annoying.
I don't like Sun Titan either. I fucking hate. I hate that guy too.
I like that this card just has haste because of Arena of Glory.
Everything has Arena of Glory stapled to its backside.
Okay. Do you like the card Trash for Treasure?
No.
You don't like the card Trash for Treasure. You are fucking insane.
I have recommended it to decks that benefit from it. It is more of like the I do not like artifact loop play patterns. the only artifacts going into graveyard type stuff that I fuck with is making treasures and then spending those treasures on nefarious plots. But if you're telling me like, yeah, I'm like flip-flopping artifacts back and forth from my graveyard, I am asleep.
Yeah, I agree when it's Emery, Lurker of the Lock. When it's once a turn with the ready, I'm chill. Like, we're not watching someone play toys indefinitely, like Mirren Spy plus Emery, like, ooh, I cast an artifact spell, I get to untap target creature, untap Emery, get to cast this spell, you know, and then they're going, yay, baubles, baubles, toys, 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 eggs, eggs, eggs. Doretti's not an eggs deck. He brings back one big thing a turn, he plays like Feldon. That's where I'm at with this card. It's a trash for treasure Titan. We're not seeing infinite game action. We're seeing one game action a turn.
Okay, I can get behind that. I think what's hurting me is every deck I have seen like this has been an eggs deck, and so I will accept the like, yeah, you use him to flop out Portal to Phyrexia or like Triplicate Titan or some crazy expensive.
Yeah, and here's the thing: looping Triplicate Titan's actually pretty fun. And I say looping very lightly here because we're not like sack, bring it back, sack, bring it back, sack, bring it back. I'm doing 50 game actions. It's once a turn. It's once every other turn. I make 3/3/3s.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm sorry. I hit delete. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I now fuck with it. Now, caveat. The second I see a fucking scrap trawler hit the board, you are hitting the floor. Yeah. As soon as you
immediately.
Yeah, as soon as you involve scrap trawler with Doretti, then we're getting into it. But yeah, I'll say Doretti in a vacuum, sure. Doretti, big artifact reanimator, chill.
Okay, I'm gonna hit you with a card that looks really strong and it looks boring because it can be strong, but it's also too weak at strong places to be good.
Okay. Oh yeah, I hate this card, but I think I have the accurate read on what this card does.
I at first read this card and I was like, oh fuck. I thought it had Seedboard Muse text. At the beginning of each untap step, you also untap all your shit. I was like, fuck yeah, we're going in. No, it's a wilderness reclamation for your artifacts, and you untap all your creatures.
Yeah, so I do not think it's the broadest bullshit ever, but here is why I still hate it. I hate it because what it says to me is the artifact decks and every Simic deck ever now gets to take the greediest turn in the world and still play on our turns, which was previously an actual choice they had to make of do I just value sprawl or do I save mana to stick a finger in your mouth? And now this says take the greediest turn imaginable and then have a dirty finger left over to stick in my mouth. So it's not broken, but I think
I agree for non-green decks. Non-green decks are already hitting you with the Seedboard Muse and the Wilderness Reclamation. They were already fucking you.
So I think I don't think it breaks a lot of stuff in half, but I think every deck that it enables terminally boring shit.
I think this card to me is so fucking upsetting because it's literally just like Unwinding Clock is infinitely fucking better, almost in any application.
Yeah, but all right. I'm going to sound crazy here. I think 99 card singleton, concentration matters. Unwinding Clock, undeniably better. Seedborn Muse, undeniably better. What the fuck ever? Because in a game like Commander where we're trying to like lean on variants to give us varied play patterns, every version of these effects that you introduce matter a lot for how common it is for that to be the deck's only play pattern. I think this is kind of like tangential to the thing you talked about where Monument to Endurance, Astral Slide, because you're just always monumenting. I think once you start adding too many of these effects, particularly in tables that are not yet comfortable enough with tutors, it just goes from like sometimes they get to stick a finger in your mouth to this is my stick a finger in your mouth deck.
Yeah,
which I
I was about to interject, but you said in tables that aren't comfortable with tutors, which is really what like puts the seal on that. Because for me, I was like, if you have an artifact deck with this, like just run. This is the same mana cost. Just run this. You know what I mean?
yeah, right. Like I think it changes nothing about the really tuned decks, and it changes not terribly much about the really well built and consistent decks. But I spend so much time in the weeds with people who have kind of bad decks who want them to stay kind of bad, who are like, I'm very happy in my little, on this little pile of garbage that I have because it's my pile of garbage. And I have those little piles as well. And I think these are cards where it becomes really difficult to have a hard criteria for why you shouldn't run them. And they do just it's sort of the opposite of the last ride, where instead of scooting us towards or giving us ways to mimic good play patterns at low power, it scoots low power play patterns towards lame shit,
Yeah,
which I'm
and
not huge on.
for me, when I'm thinking about this card, I'm like, okay, I can't put in artifacts because it's just like subpar in that sort of strategy. If so, what about creatures with tap abilities, right? So I'm like, ooh, Mother of Runes, etc., right? Like these insane tap abilities, they're all in fucking white. So I already have Drum Bellower and White Plume Adventurer to untap them. And it's like, I don't know if there's ever a home for Unstoppable Plan unless you're just like running, I'm only like Merfolk Looter the deck. I have Archivist.
I mean, I still think if you have under 15 versions of an effect in your deck that you really really want, you have room to add more redundancy.
I don't know if I entirely agree with that. It's just like there's other packages that matter. Like I need at least like this card isn't just good by itself. Like I wouldn't run 15 of these because they don't
Right.
fucking work with each other. I need this enables my other broken shit.
Mhm. That's
So I'd
fair.
rather just have this effect in a tutor package, like Clock of Omens is, or like Unwinding Clock is, because I can just fabricate for that.
Mhm.
Like for me, Unstoppable Plan is just a card without a home. Like this card goes nowhere.
Yeah, I do tend to agree with that, and I think the places that it's going to barge its way into, it just makes a little bit more lamer without a lot of upside. Okay.
I mean, I could throw like 50 more cards from Aetherdrift off on the slide, but
Perfect. Fat Man, thank you for the Twitch follow. I need to hit a. Do you want to keep throwing cards from Aetherdrift up? Because if we do, I need to hit a manual ad break. I am happy to. I will shit talk this set all day.
I mean, honest to God, like I don't know if I have a lot else to say. Oh no, never mind, never mind. I just saw a card that I need to put up on here. We need to hit the
Okay,
ad
hold
break.
on. Let me hit. Yeah. All right, ad break. I am gonna use the bathroom, and
Yeah,
then
I'll be
we're
over
gonna
as
keep
well.
we're gonna keep dredging for content. We will be right back. Hashatan fucking rocks. Trash.
Yeah, we can talk about Hashatan yet.
Okay, yeah.
Or like, let's talk about the face commanders a little bit since we just have time.
Okay, hold on.
I
Let me
can go
go.
for
Let me
another
go.
half hour.
Let me go use the bathroom. Yeah, and then we can
Yeah,
talk about it.
I have not eaten. I'm gonna grab a little snack.
I am now back. I do not know if Elk is yet back. So we have Matt96. Thank you for the 6 months at Tier 1, my friend. Welcome to the dog home. We've also got 8th Junior, Owen the Tall Guy, Zada Zuza, Vicoid, Sage Grouse, and Iceman Ooks, as well as Lokaloa and Posthumous Princess and Multi-Class Geek. Thank you all for the Twitch follows. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend.
I like the username Posthumous Princess. I just got back.
I do. Yeah, that's part of what keeps me going on always reading the new follows, is because some of these people have supremely either funny or supremely cool names.
I got a follow from Baby Space Cadet.
Hell yeah. That's my cadet.
Okay, I'll read follower names if they're funny. I did not eat yet today, so I just got a little girl breakfast.
Oh yeah, I've had a extra shot mocha, and that's been my food.
I just got a piece of bread and I slathered it with Nutella and I walked back upstairs.
Hell yeah. Have you ever had Nutella pasta?
No, what the fuck?
Okay, so I was like a nerd and then a nerd / jock, and my jock sport was rowing, which is a nerd sport. And I went to a summer camp that was for like national team development, and they had us all in this big house, and it was like 3 adults trying to care for like 20 teenage boys, and they made us a bunch of pasta for the first night of food, and they went, oh fuck, we forgot pasta sauce. And so they leave to the grocery store and they said, we'll be back in like 30 minutes. All of us had just finished training for like 3 hours, and we had all like showered and cleaned, and so we were being very nice gentlemen. And we were just staring at this freshly cooked pasta getting cold. And we were like, surely we can find something in this house that goes on pasta. And we just started dumping canisters of Nutella into it. And it was super good. It was crazy good.
I mean, okay. Like when I heard Nutella pasta, I was thinking like tomato paste already on the pasta.
Oh, no, God, yeah.
Awful. I could see it working. I don't know. Nutella is just a carb, or sorry, not Nutella, but pasta is just a carb like bread. So
yeah,
that's not the most outlandish thing I've ever fucking heard in my entire life. So good job.
Hell yeah.
Do you want to do one more card each for the Rizless, and then we can hop on the face commanders, because there is definitely one more card I want to talk about.
There's one. Yeah. Hit me with your other Rizless.
This motherfucker. Where are you, you piece of shit? I swear I dragged you onto my desktop so I could drag you on the slide. There we go.
Oh yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck that
Do
guy.
it.
And I say this as a loot. I like Loot the character. I am not a kill Loot with hammers supporter, but fuck that card.
I would stuff him and put him on my like monitor, or like, mount him like on the shelf.
They're gonna have a plushie for you in like 6 months.
Yeah, dude. Like literally, is this just not Displacer Kit in the deck?
Yeah, this says to me either my deck does nothing or my deck is a Displacer Kitten combo.
Like this is just a Displacer Kitten card.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you do. 2 cute little animals that are just fucking awful.
Yeah, the magic plushie plays with the cat, and then everyone explodes.
Yeah, like fucking awful. I like his alt art a lot though. Like the borderless art for this card is sick. It's the first time I looked at Loot and I'm like, wow, this guy doesn't look ugly as shit. Yeah, no, if you take out Loot from if you take out this Loot across from me, I will fold it into a paper football and flick it across the room. It will be gone. I am not here to watch you play toys. I am playing toys, okay?
Yeah, I'm here to flicker Kadora 18 times, not here to watch you play toys.
My Kadora deck list that I have on Moxfield is called I have not played Magic until I've shuffled my library for the 15th time.
Yeah, hold on. Let me grab who I hate. This will be my final card. Fuck this guy.
I need to hear why.
Fuck this guy and the sick card he wrote in on. So this is one of my super whatever in terms of power. Ward pay 2 life is like a fucking sneeze. Artifacts you control, ward pay 2 life. also a sneeze. Everybody who wants to get rid of artifact players is vandal blasting you anyway, so they're not paying this.
Yeah, Bane of Progress is coming down and fucking your life up.
Right. So I think the only text that matters on this card is exhaust. I am the most boring Magic player you have ever sat across from. Like, yeah. I think that there's something you could do with this deck that would end in artifact creature board surge, but I think the ways you get there are just so much like, here I go toxic deluging for the 8th time.
Yeah, the fact that it's on the okay, so I think there's enough hoops on this card that I like it. For me, it's not a card I would build around personally. But I like that we have an exhaust activated ability, so you get to run funny cards like what's the name of the artifact? It's the Omen Hawker, but it's only for it's an artifact.
Yeah, I know what all that meant. I know what every single word you just
Chat, save me.
Oh yeah, chat. I'm typing Omen Hawker but artifact into Scryfall.
Oh, the Enigma Jewel.
Oh, the Enigma Jewel.
Yeah, I'm just not going to put it on screen after I say the Enigma Jewel.
Oh, that's so bad.
Yeah, so it's Soul Ring.
Yeah, it's Soul Ring specifically for the worst activated ability I've ever seen.
Yeah, but on Winter, it's super cool. Anyway, but you can craft it with more artifacts to turn it into a giant fucking rock that has the activated ability of all those artifacts, which is really funny. Mm-hmm. For Winter, though, you need to flicker him or reanimate him to return him to play so you can re-exhaust him.
Yeah.
You can't just re-exhaust him every turn. Secondly, if you are an artifact creatures deck, this is one-sided, in which case it's not stalling the game out. It's just we're killing people.
Yeah, but I also think that if you are an artifact creatures deck, you've put us on like a 30-turn clock, even with your kooky little one-sided board wipe.
When the peak of your like menacing creature type is like knock your Hulk.
Yeah, like I think Winter just goes, "Ha ha! Now that I've executed my master plan, you have no way to defend against." Hold on. 4 2/2s. Like, and so that is what I don't like about it. Is I think that
I could see Necrons going pretty hard with this actually.
Oh, Necrons. You know what? That's fair. I don't have a lot of experience playing with or against the Necron deck, and so I could see it much more with this commander is my finisher for what is a Dimir Necron deck.
Yeah, like Necrons, like for me is what's making this kind of interesting because Emet-Selch the Stormlord is just that good. He will make that many tokens.
Then it feels like to me like, hey, you have better commander in your 99, and I guess then you start to talk about like, okay, counterweight commander. If you make the entire deck an Emet-Selch the Stormlord engine, and you just go, okay, in my command zone is one-sided toxic deluge that I don't pay life for, that begins to be functional. I still don't like it.
Yeah, I think it's fair not to like it because I don't really particularly like it either, but to like be like, this card fucking sucks to play against. Like, this card should not be next to Loot the fucking Pathfinder. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but in that context, should Unstoppable Plan be next to Loot the fucking Pathfinder?
Yeah. Like, Loot is a problem because I don't want to see it across from me. Unstoppable Plan's a problem because I feel bad for you when it's across from me. You know what I mean? Like, they're on there for different reasons. For me, like, Winter just doesn't make the mark.
I guess it's like Winter activates my my instinctive reaction of, oh, I'm gonna have to kick sand in a baby's face. Like, this deck is gonna do something that I really don't like, but it's probably not gonna be good enough for me to just be like, yeah, hey, you deserve the chair, get over here.
I hate to be like Mr. Dies to removal as well, but like, you have to untap with this thing unless you're lightning grieving it, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Again, not very strong. It's just really like, I guess this is more of please don't build around this.
Yeah, I feel bad if you're building around winter, I guess. Like it's just not there's not a lot of joy. Also, this fuck is not a human. This is a spirit if I've ever seen a spirit in my entire fucking life.
Wow, bro. You think Osmosis
Look
Jones
at
is a
him!
ghost? You think Osmosis Jones is not a
No,
living,
that's an
breathing,
ooze.
a living,
It would
breathing
make more
person?
sense if winter was an ooze.
True. No, he's just like powered up. Yeah, he's just Super Saiyan.
Yeah, he's Super Saiyan with spirit energy from the demon behind him. Exactly.
The big fucking demon behind him. Yeah. Oh yeah, we need to. This part should have been a tier list instead of just a greatest hits list.
That's
Because
fair.
definitely, I agree. Winter is not 1-to-1 with what Lute's doing. Winter's like down here.
Yeah.
You know, he's like he's like barely on screen.
If we were any amount of professional and prepared at all, we would have had a tier list ready. But
It's about
you know.
it's about the improv. It's about the going
Exactly.
Super Saiyan with the most mid board wipe you've ever seen. Yeah.
Holy.
Okay, what were we gonna do? Face commanders.
Base commanders, yes. I think that's a nice place to end this on.
Okay, how do I hold on?
I'll get the energy ones. You can get the eternal might ones.
Okay.
Ooh, I did not think about looking through the cards that are new in the precons either. I don't know if there's like any that really caught my eye.
None of them matter.
Yeah, you're kind of right.
Okay.
They're all kind of just middling. There's the one stupid like Thopter maker that like is Chatterfang for Thopter. Can I just say, by the way, this is my least favorite thing about Magic the Gathering is like, why do we not have like normal art versions of these cards? Like, why are these only borderless? Why don't we have like a normal version of these cards?
Oh, true. I don't know. They hate you personally.
I would just like if every card had like a non-foil, non-borderless version. You know what I mean? Just like a normal ass version of the card.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Hashatan's new flavor text is he got that shit on.
Yeah. You know what I really like Hashaton as, like starting here? Because this is obviously just the most interesting one.
Yeah.
I really like Hashaton as like Luris Companion Esper deck.
Okay.
Dude, you could never Esper Luris Companion before Hashaton.
Okay, so you're 4-4ing shitty little hate bears?
Yeah. Like you do hate bears or you 4/4 something that likes its power being huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Esper Sentinel being the archetypal guy for that.
That's pretty good. Yeah, good example. Like I think you could kind of eat with the Luris deck with Hashaton.
See,
and plus it would make you not put Rhystic Study in your deck, which is cool.
You know what? And I went a slightly different direction. I just went 4/4 Valgavoth.
Yeah, like he's good with this as well. What I like about Hashaton is that he's removing, like for reanimators, he's removing 1/3 of the reanimator puzzle. So the way the reanimator plays is you need an A, a B, and a C. The reason why Entomb is a good card is because it's an A and a B. An A being a discard outlet, a B being a way to get a big creature. Entomb is both the big creature and the discard outlet all in one. It just puts it right in the grave. You just need the C, the reanimation spell. You need all three of these together to make it a good archetype or like have a good game. And you can draw too many A's, just like a handful of huge fucking monsters or just a handful of discard outlets or just a handful of discard spells and you lose. Hashaton's removing a lot of that factor, which I really appreciate.
Yeah. I'm going to immediately strike back against the Hashatan as a loser easy broken card. I think it's very easy to make a loser deck. However, I also think it is totally within your power as a person to just not fucking put Core Augur in the deck.
Yeah, like
all of the things, yeah.
if you're just tortured existencing comboing with Hashaton, then great, have fun in bracket 3 and 4. If you want to play, your dorky little creatures, but they're 4/4s, your Lurrus Companion deck, welcome to bracket 2 and 3. Like,
Yeah.
we're chilling.
Hashaton is legitimately flexible because everything that makes this deck broken is totally fucking up to you, and you can build a completely coherent deck that doesn't use them. Because like somebody did try to tell me that a 4/4 Valgavoth would take over a commander game. And I was like, I do enjoy relaxed games. That is straight up not true.
I when I can, I run removal that doesn't target. I don't know if you're the same way, but like I'm never putting like murder in a deck. It's always like a soul shatter. Like,
oh no, it's always personal with me. I'll do some non-targeted for mechanical reasons, but if I can, I want to point right at you as I tell you to get that shit out of my face.
But like, yeah, no, like you're never paying ward. Like it's a 4/4 toxic deluge for 4 clears it. Like you're gonna get wrath. Like, yeah, you might seal like one thing with Valgavoth or 2, and that's decent. But it's not gonna take over a game.
No, I think for Hashaton, 2s exist. 1s existing is pretty fucking tough unless you have truly the worst cards ever. Like I'm dim on
like land cyclers.
Yeah, I'm
like,
dim on Hashaton. But I think like Hashaton easily can build it too. Easily can build it like 2 to 4. World is your oyster. Do whatever you want, and that's fucking awesome. That's really great when a commander does not typecast itself into a specific thing.
Well, yeah, like a 1 for Hashaton is like, this is my like Scarab God Amonkhet theme deck, right? Like,
oh yeah.
Someone
said, Iradium said vanilla 1/1s. Yeah. This is my vanilla Hashaton deck, but I make them all 4/4s. That is the one I will accept.
Yeah. So like Hashaton's younger brother here, Temet, is just like so fucking boring on the flip side. I need to start by saying I don't think Temet belongs in a command zone. I think Temet is almost always better than 99 of a Varina deck.
I have Varina up on my fucking screen to be like, hey guys.
Yeah. Just play this instead, legitimately. Varina Lich Queen is just better than Temet in the command zone. You don't want the Craterhoof in the command zone, I don't think. I think Jetmir is like the worst thing you can put in a command zone as a tokens player. Not because of power reasons, but for like gameplay reasons. It's boring to just always have your win button right there, you know what I mean? Like you're going to get bored of that deck.
Yes, I do think Temet is like I like it for Precon specifically. I think zombies are shockingly close behind the landfall players in terms of getting lost in the sauce and not actually winning a game.
Yeah, which is surprising to me because zombies are such a tried and true creature type that like legitimately have so many fucking ways to win the game. And they're probably the best, like besides like maybe goblins, the best combo creature type ever. Ever, which is surprising because I see zombie players very rarely win. Yeah.
And so I do like that we have a way to convert into damage, convert into swings. I always like incentivizing somebody to beat the shit out of another player. And I think zombies often fall into the trap of like, because most of their stuff is hee hee hoo hoo, I make a 2/2. Until you have a critical mass of lords, you actually kind of get shit on in attacks. And Temet at least makes it like very easy to make your zombies big enough to make it worth swinging. So I think like, I guess what I'm saying is the incentives are good, but I agree for any enterprising zombie players, your life is always better taking Varina and then slamming Temet down out of your 99 later and then playing like Windfall and killing everyone.
Yeah, I have a friend Jared, and Jared is like stone cold zombie should not be in white kind of guy. He plays Grimgrin. He's like, white zombies freak me out. Don't like them. Zombies belong to blue and black. I'm like, based.
No, you gotta stand for something.
His Grimgrin deck's awesome. I love Grimgrin.
That's not true. Anyway, Saheeli.
Okay, this is the first card that I need to read from my alt tab to look at the OBS capture.
Okay.
Whenever you cast an Artificer or Artifact spell, you get energy. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 3 energy. If you do create a token that's a copy of a permanent you control, except it's a 5/5 creature, in addition to its other types, sacrifice at the beginning of next. Oh, okay. This is like bad, right?
I mean, hot take, first team your card I would play.
I like Pia Nalar way more.
I
agree that this isn't like a boring like this doesn't put me to sleep like Maelstrom Wanderer.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it feels too much like the Jeskai commander from the Jeskai energy precon. Like this feels like the same thing, doesn't it?
Probably. I have never perceived the Jeskai commander, and when I saw Saheeli, I was like, "Fuck yeah, Henzi with blue." That's what my head did.
Okay, so ID Jeskai Oracle text E.
Satya is the
Satya. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, this just reminds me of Satya. Like, okay, I guess Satya players, you now have an option if you want to go Teamer or Jeskai.
Well, no, I mean previously you had to do creatures and you could keep them forever. Saheeli is like, this shit is definitely going away, which is typically what keeps me away from decks that want to. So kind of opposite to the thing with Reanimator, where the problem with them is you need A+B+C. The normal reason I just won't play Temur is they do number go up simulator. Like they don't have enough hoops to jump through.
It's Red Simic.
Huh?
It's Red Simic.
Yeah, it's Red Simic. And we get the Felden text and the Henzi text of you're giving this up at end step. You have to do tricks on it if you want this to be permanent. I'm better than you, which is that's what I like.
Satya to me though is like that permanence upside is hardly like it ever comes into effect. Like the second I copy a Pyroglyph and I get 2 Pyroglyph triggers on the stack, it's like I don't care if I keep that Pyroglyph. I've just domed someone for 10. You know, like it's just gravy if I want to keep it.
Yeah, I just don't like going wide. I just really don't, unless I've truly done a huge amount of setup. Whereas I do like Saheeli. I'm gonna throw a fucking 5/5 island at your face just because I'm mad. I'm mad at you, and then
okay, that is true. So Saheeli could copy Mystic Sanctuary. It's the island that puts an island on top of your deck.
Oh yeah, like there's so much crazy before we even get token doublers and stuff involved. There's so much kooky shit you can do that also gives you a 5/5 to beat somebody to death. Like they did this precon so dirty.
Yeah.
I do agree with what Badgers is saying that Saheeli's really bad at making her own energy, and so the deck does tend to get like I think even if you built this to be cool, it would tend to get kind of confused because you would need to like mix and match this sort of artificer/artifact storm with having things you legitimately wanted to spend the energy to copy.
All right. Hang on. A Logical Man says the Teamer slander is unbelievable. Let's go to the last slide. The middle card, Loot the Pathfinder. This is the average Teamer card.
Yeah. True.
There's no slander.
Team your haters rise up. I do not. Oh yeah, hold on. Are you gonna pour some spice on us, Illogical, with fuck your Animar deck? Yeah?
Oh,
Talk
man,
to us.
Animar.
Hold on, let's go to EDH Rec. I'm gonna look up Temur commanders, and it's just gonna be a picture of a fucking Tylenol bottle. Oh wow, Mirim. Oh wow, Animar, Xyrus, Megas Lucia. What do you mean we're ramping into casting a lot of shit or drawing a lot of cards? Incredible.
I feel like everyone's fuck teamer except for you, Flubs. You're cool.
I do like Storm Force of Nature though, but I like it to make Mill great again. I like that.
Yeah, there's just teamer does not really spark joy here, does it?
No, there's just not a lot of stuff it can like. Temur is the color of having to kick sand in a baby's face.
Oh
Either
my
you
god, do
don't.
not get me fucking started on Gimbal. Sorry, Pikapuff just said Gimbal. You are not an exception. Gimbal sucks.
Yeah, like I think either you stop the Temur player from doing anything, or they do everything forever.
Yeah.
Both options are bad. Okay, so we're both in firm agreement that Saheeli Radiant Creator is the best fucking card ever and is super cool.
Absolutely, yeah, sure. I think as an energy commander, it's fine. Which like my opinion of the energy mechanic is pretty low, but as an energy commander, it's fine. I think Pia's doing cooler things with energy though.
By cooler things with energy, do you mean make a large helicopter?
Yeah. So what I like about Pia, this is like serious. I like that she's an energy outlet. There's so often times where an energy deck will just sit on like 50 fucking energy or something stupid because they proliferate themselves. They make 17 billion energy off of all their energy generations. And then they just don't have any fucking outlet for it. They're just sitting there on a pile of energy counters. You know what I mean?
One moment.
Yeah, I'm watching you make the slide on the left. You're not slick. I'm kind of into that.
God damn it.
That is kind of funny. So no,
I do.
What I like about Pia is that it's an energy outlet, and when you use that energy outlet, it's a vehicle, so it's not prone to creature removal. And then you crew the vehicle using Pia because it has crew too. You hit someone for like 30, and then you fling the fucking vehicle at someone else. This is such a cool fling commander.
Oh, okay. That I will give you that the imagery of I shoot you with a helicopter and then I throw the helicopter at you, that is funny. That is based. I will not take that from you. I'm instead going to say I think having these two in the same deck is fucking mania. And they did this kind of with Hashiton too, where they just want such great, because in my head Saheeli is like you want to be barely scraping by with just enough energy, and you want to be looking for the things that are ridiculous to turn into a 5/5.
Yeah, this is a theme with all precons. It's like, the backup commander does not help the fucking deck.
Pia, I can definitely see like easier to build up energy. You actually do want to do the 55 French fries, 55 hot dogs, 55 hamburgers, 55 proliferations, make as much energy as possible, and then dump it all into, hold on, I looked up the helicopter models, dump it all into a Sikorsky UH-60 Blackhawk, and then
that means
chuck
that means something to someone in this audience. There's like one person who's like a special interest is helicopters and like, oh my god.
Yeah, there's one War Thunder player who just freaked out. And so I can see it for that. I can like it for a different reason than I like Saheeli. I don't think Pia and Alar is the play pattern I like to play as much, but I will probably at least try to build Saheeli.
Yeah, the answer is the question is do you want your engine Saheeli or do you want the payoff Pia in the command zone?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I am. Saheeli feels a lot more like a varied payoff sort of deal where it depends what you're making into a 5/5. That's how the game will play. Pia, you are always making a giant fuck that you are throwing at someone.
Giant fuck that you toss.
Yeah. You can also sacrifice it to Greater Good to draw a million cards, of course. You're in green. I forgot. You get rich cards.
Let me just talk to you.
Cold-eyed Selkie, that's sick. Yeah, that's awesome. Same thing. Oh man, I wish you could put that in Hashiton. Dude, I'm telling you, not letting me put hybrid cards into a color.
Oh, you cannot be trusted with the hybrid mana.
Dude, no. No, it's by erasure.
It's not by erasure. Statements from the mentally unwell. No, you listen. With what the synergies you have talked to me about today already, you cannot be trusted with the pips.
I want to put Ashiok Dream Render into a mono black deck.
Shut your mouth. Oh, let me hold on. Now that we're getting to the end, let me flashbang you and everybody. We got to review a deck the other day. Do you know Oathbreaker?
Yeah, the format that no one plays.
Yes. So for those of you, for the 3 people that do play Oathbreaker, this person said, okay, my deck is, let me get rid of all these. Not F12, holy shit. They said my commander's Garruk, but the one that makes a wolf, or the one that deals 3 to a creature.
That's cool, I'm vibing with it.
We said, okay, what's your signature spell? They said, oh, well, it's Vampiric Tutor. And we were like, huh? And they said, yeah, it's like Golgari mid-range control. And they did stuff with Survival of the Fittest and Recurring Nightmare. It was like almost bar for bar copy of the 1998 Recurring Nightmare Championship deck, as told to me by somebody in chat. And we were playing it and we were like, damn, this shit doesn't work. Like, what are you doing to make this work? And the person goes in chat, oh, well, it's very important to tutor turn 1 for a setup piece. I was like, and I was always, and we all said, hey, Bestie, I'm sorry to tell you this. You don't get to cast your signature spell until your Oathbreaker's out. And they went, oh, no, at my LGS, we all let each other do that. And we all freaked the fuck out. And so we asked, okay, what's the rest of your meta? Do you know what, do you want to know what combination was apparently the top of this guy's meta?
Please tell me. I have to know. Is it just like a Wrath of God in the fucking command zone? Farewell.
Here's the commander.
Okay.
Are you ready for the signature spell? Are you sitting down? Are you holding on to the arms of your chair?
Yeah, I'm ready. Hit me with it. Oh no, Oathbreaker's cool now. Let's do this.
There was one of the other decks that's the top of their meta is Jace and Counterspell. It was like, it was this perfect, and it was like, the deck immediately got cool as soon as we had because it's like, yeah, ridiculous home rules. Ridiculous home rules is how Commander got made in the first place. So like, I'm with that.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh my God, this is like a planet you visit in Star Trek. And we begged them, like, don't correct anybody. Do not tell them. Do not tell them that the rules are wrong. This is something that has never been or will never be replicated anywhere else. The spell, Pika, it does get taxed. They did track commander tax and replay tax, but
for me, like, this is making me so gleeful because normally, like, people are like, Oathbreaker's so fun, come play our format, and then they hit me with like this.
Oh yeah, they just hit you with combo o'clock. Yeah.
Yeah, like, no, please.
Yeah, that's also why I don't play it as much, because I think like Oathbreaker is sort of only 3 and 4, mostly only 4, and those are the types of commander I'm not typically drawn to. It's great if you want to play like short games. I will give it a point for that. Like if you are, especially for like conventions, honestly, having an Oathbreaker deck is good because those games, it is like in and out 40 minutes, which is nice. But in terms of playing for my own enjoyment, yeah, not as on.
Can I legitimately get on my hybrid mana soapbox for a second?
Yeah, go, cook.
So, hybrid mana, except for 1 or 2 color pie breaks, the mechanic is meant to be for either of the colors. So, like, a card is given hybrid mana symbol because it could go in either color. Does that make sense? So, like, Manamorphose could be green or red. Like, they would be happy printing that card into either of those colors. So my thought is like instead of printing that version of effects for mono red and mono green, and then the Gruul player gets to play with 2 of them, why don't we just let hybrid cards, which mechanically are supposed to be both colors, without being actually gold, into one of the colors or the other one without the other one? You know what I mean? And you can point to the color pie breaks. Absolutely. There's the one extra combat spell with the retrace, which is white red. So like mono white would get an extra combat spell if we like let hybrid mana in. But the mechanical point of hybrid mana is that it can go in either color. So Reaper King goes in a colorless deck? No. I don't think so. I mean, even then, if it goes in a colorless deck, you're paying 10 fucking mana for it.
Oh yeah, how on earth would a colorless deck ever get 10 mana? Chat, I put this poll up so you would vote no. I'm gonna need you all to fucking stop enabling the Bambi lookalike. I'll put it to you. So my argument against this is going to be framed in much the same way as why I think Rachel Week's commander bracket graphic is so good. In that mechanically, yes, you're right. All the cards that have hybrid mana were given hybrid mana because the mechanic is supposed to go in either deck. I think there's some situations where we both know that's bullshit, like Cold-Eyed Selkie. Show me the fucking mono green Island Walker with draw a card.
Hang on, I got you.
Oh no,
I got you.
But
there's
overall,
tons of green creature that are like, when this deals combat damage, draw a card.
Yeah,
like that's not, like greater good. We also have Power Matters, draw a card, and then we have instant speeds like Hunter's Insight. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw that many cards.
Where my Island Walk
this
at?
Isn't affecting green.
Where my Island Walk at?
Green is the enemy of blue. Green gets so much fucking Island Walk back in the day. And also they got Carpet of Flowers as their hoser card. They get Choke. They hate blue. That's green's whole thing. I'm cooking.
Okay, so regardless, I do agree with you mechanically. I think they have to measure that against the like strict fucking information management pain of adding another caveat to the color rules of Commander.
That is a little tough, but
I think it's the benefit we get in terms of the new cards that, like, I think in Wizards' mind they're just like, well, we're gonna be around for 50 years. Why don't we just print this effect in the mono color we want to give it to 5 years from now?
Is that more confusing than Extort, though, that already exists?
Yes, 100% it's more confusing than Extort, because it's enough. Like, we're again talking about a thing of concentration. In a vacuum, the individual rule of hybrid color is not more confusing than the individual rule of pips and reminder text don't count. But it's the thing of like every additional new piece of information you need to internalize in order to play the game effectively or build your own decks effectively is like, it is an exponential ask on the average person in terms of, hey, play this game with me. Cool, how many rules do I need to learn? You go 3, they're like, no fucking problem. You go 4, they're like, not bad. You go 5, they go, okay. As you start getting to like 7, 8, 9, 10, nobody's picking the game fucking up anymore.
I mean, here's the thing is like, we're already so in the fucking deep end with Magic the fucking Gathering.
Exactly. And it's not a thing of like, oh, what's one more? It's like,
no, it is what's one more.
No, it is every little thing we do. Like, it is every little thing we do does matter. It legitimately matters. The things of the more granular things, like because there's a bunch of rules. Like, there's a bucket of rules you can ignore when building your own deck and rules you can't ignore when building your own deck. If you don't know what Island Walk says, right, you do not have to take someone else playing Island Walk into account when trying to build your hee-hee-hoo-hoo commander deck. The rules of what cards are legal to put in a commander deck, you do.
But Stormblessed, no, Hashiton could not go in an Orzhov deck. We're talking specifically about like hybrid mana symbols here. Hybrid mana is just like the thing that really sold me on it is just that like Mark Rosewater said, "Listen, this design can go in either color," and that really sold me because like I like why should we put a version of this in both colors so both mono players can get it versus just the one card, and then it doesn't get doubled up in the two color pair.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I honestly, I think if we could reach back through time, then we should have allowed hybrid colors to have been allowed in Commander from the beginning. But I do understand why they are hesitant to open that gate right now.
Yeah, okay, that's a
Like,
little bit more fair.
motherfuckers can't even read an article, Elk. The bracket system drop. Motherfuckers can't read 200 words to make their own lives better.
For me, how this plays out is the same as Cryptghast. Cryptghast in a mono black deck. Someone goes, "Oh, I didn't know I could run that." You can run that card in mono black. It has the white black hybrid right there. And you're like, "Yeah, I can. This is in a reminder text." And they go, "Oh," and then they put Cryptghast into their deck. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Versus like here, it's like it's the same thing. It's like you play the Waves of Aggression in a mono white deck, and they go, "Wait, but it's red," and then you explain, "Oh, but this one can go in either or." It is.
I feel like there's also.
I think that's just how it plays out.
I agree with that. I think that dissemination could work. I think the first 100 people get called cheaters. I do. I think the first.
That's the cross that you're supposed to bear.
I think the first 1,000 people get accused of cheating at Magic. I feel like there's got to be some like wire they start tripping over when they codify that rule in such a way that it doesn't fuck up other things. Yeah, and we are talking about, as Badgers brings up, we're talking about the format where they got rid of banned as commander as a concept because they thought it was overcomplicating things.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like it leads to such a simple explanation where banned as commander doesn't. Where it's just like, yeah, the hybrid symbol means it can go in either. Versus, yeah, you can play this card in your deck, just not in the zone.
That wasn't a complicated thing you said. Those were equally complicated. Those were 5-word sentences.
One of those things you've built the entire deck around and you have to replace your whole deck. The other thing is, oh, I didn't know I could run that card in my deck. I'll buy a copy.
That's fair. That's fair. The adjustment is way less meaningful.
Yeah, like it's just like the swap is way more. And for me, it's like, yeah, we'll get Waves of Aggression in mono white. That's a little weird to have an extra combat spell in mono white. But like the upside is with all the other cards that are meant to be in both colors anyway, you don't have to keep printing those effects. Like I still see people saying like, oh, but the color identity is literally both. Yeah, that's the point. It can go in either color. So instead of reprinting this effect for green and for white, Cauldron Haze is like a really good example of a card.
Okay, then I'm gonna bring up the death penalty example for this, which I'm gonna butcher in the context of like, because when people talk about the death penalty, my mom was a private investigator who spent a long time trying to get it made illegal in California. The big line of argument was always, how many innocent people are you willing to let get murdered by the state in order to kill the criminals? And the version of that for this is like, how many individual things like, oh, well, we really don't want to give waves of aggression to white or to like Esper or to Timna. Like, how many of those oh shit situations come up before it's just not worth it?
I don't think literally any of the hybrid cards would break another color if they were just allowed in.
I don't know about break, but like sometimes I think they've gotten it wrong. Like, I don't think extra combat is mono white.
I agree. This is a weird color break. Absolutely.
Right. So it's it's not about how many things ruin the game, but it's how many color breaks do we get past, or like what, how many color breaks for you is the number where it's like, okay, yeah, we do have to start tinkering with a ton of other extra shit.
For me, quite seriously, Magic is already so defined by the color breaks that what's a few more? Like the color pie is a fucking myth. We have Chaos Warp dealing with enchantments in mono red, Song of the Dryads removing creatures. Like the color pie means nothing already. What's a couple more? Like even just like, and you can just design in future to make sure that that isn't the case.
I do just disagree with you, but I think that is a, I don't think that's like a, because there's some places where it's like we can't disagree on you did win the poll, by the way, 200 votes to 119 votes. I think we put a lot of stuff in that's fucky, and then I think a low to the ground example of thing that new players definitely gonna fuck up and is actually gonna cheat at Magic is we're gonna tell them hybrid's fine. Somebody's gonna play Azorius Guildmage at some point, and that thing, it would still technically be illegal because it has activated abilities that are fully in either camp. And so even if we grandfather in hybrid mana, that stays illegal.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking through to try to get a sense of like, okay, how many color breaks are in here, and are those color breaks like fucking stupid? Because there's plenty of color breaks that are just not particularly onerous. And
yeah, Deathrite Shaman couldn't go into a mono green deck, but it could be easily confused that it could be, right? I understand that argument. That's a fairly good one that I wouldn't have thought about. Yeah, for me, it's just like, man, I would love, like, a lot of the things that are color breaks are the exception and not the rule.
So I guess it's like, what specific cards do you want to be including in a monocolor deck that you currently can't because they're hybrid?
Batwing fucking Broom, man. This card's sick. I'm putting it in the slide.
So if you... Do you
I
read
want
a lot
this
of
in mono black.
Do you read a lot of fantasy?
Oh wait, no, this is illegal. Haha. It's mono white. It has a white pip in it.
Yeah.
Haha, I'm silly. No, but Cauldron Haze is sick as well. Cauldron Haze is like all your creatures get persist.
So I think they're like...
I have seen Darkness, no nothing. It's run by a neo-Nazi, and then the other one's Universes Beyond. So I can't run it because the border's ugly.
Okay, so here's my next contention. Have you read a lot of fantasy, Elk?
I love fantasy. It's my favorite genre.
You know how there's always those like oracle ass characters that sort of exist outside the normal flow of time, and they're never particularly bothered about doing anything because they're like, well, it's gonna happen. I feel like anytime somebody brings this up in Wizards of the Coast headquarters, someone's like, oh, we should fix the hybrid pip, or like we should do this hybrid pip change because it would be better and it would give the mono black players and the mono white players Cauldron Haze. I feel like Mark Rosewater just floats down from an executive chamber and goes, oh, we're doing that in 3 years. and it's like, why are we...
The grand plan.
Well, because like I think regardless of if we think it would be devastating or not, which the more we talk about it, probably not devastating, plenty of annoying things could happen as a result of, like, there's plenty of little issues that you have to smooth over if you make this change, on top of introducing all the color pie breaks. And I think for every single one of them, like, some intern looks at all of the manual work they would have to do, and they're like, what's the upside? And the upside they also get by just waiting 4 years for when they were going to print this in a monocolor anyway. Yeah, or yeah, Dr. Manhattan on Mars. Yeah, like Mark Rose, he's right that the mechanic could go in either color. And he's also just fucking Dr. Manhattan like, oh, that's coming out in the 5th Ikoria set. That's actually a synchronized swim competition.
Yeah,
and then he floats off.
It's just like, I think it's a bad thing when Cauldron Haze gets reprinted a bunch. It gets a mono white version and a mono black version. I think that's boring. Like, just to give those colors access to this effect, and then Orzhov has 3? Why not just use the 1 card?
Well, I think it's
That's
boring,
like my
but I
main
don't think
gripe with it.
I don't think Magic has ever been a game of like, let's constrain this shit as much as possible. They gotta fill sets. I don't think that's a good thing, but I think on their end, they're like, oh, why are we gonna give ourselves less work?
Yeah, I do want to just say that doing this would be like a new set dropping, like levels of shakeup, which I would really like. It would be really
Yes,
fun.
it would be. It would be hot in terms of how much stuff would change overnight if we began giving. Yeah, if we began giving every monocolor hybrid colors, because then it becomes like, now these color pie breaks also begin. They blend in with like, 3-color decks now sometimes get a 4th color. Once you accumulate, like, once you have a 3-color deck with all the hybrid mana cards that exist, you probably actually have a 5-color deck, and I'm not confident that's a good thing. I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of situations. Go ahead.
I think that's a problem if they end up making more color breaks, which I think if they did do this ruling, they would be a lot more strict on, yes, a hybrid mana means it can go in either color, we promise, as opposed to, oh, white gets extra fucking combats.
But we already have 1,200 hybrid mana cards.
Is that true? That's
yes,
a lot.
I've looked through 20. I'm at 80 through 100, and I'm already like this, and I'm already convinced that like this shit means 3-color decks or 5-color.
That's fine. I think most 3-color decks besides Grixis were 5-color anyway.
I mean, you lying, but we can save that for another stream. I do. It's just very like, I think it's great for. It's almost like the monocolor commander partner rule that they do for commander drafts, where you can sell it to me instantly for monocolor decks, and it becomes a much harder sell when I start thinking about like, okay, what's a 2-color deck that now gets to basically splash this 3rd color doing? What's this 3-color deck that's splashing every color doing? 5-color decks obviously
I'm just looking.
don't care.
I've been staring at the art of Cauldron Haze this whole time, and it really does look like these 2 witches are just rawing each other.
Damn. Oh, Joe Cherry's what's up, Joe? Is also pointing out it is way fewer than that, because when I did the Scryfall syntax, it's pulling up every art variant, so we probably only have a couple hundred, because I'm getting like 3 to 5 copies. 440 individual cards. Okay.
Yeah. So, also, Leyline of the Guild Pact would be able to be played in mono green, which would be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's sort of, I'm very much in the like, yeah, this is a good thing that they probably should have done from the beginning of Commander. Right now, the juice is probably not worth the squeeze. Although I do understand that you very badly want Cauldron Haze, and I can respect that. I can respect that individual request.
Yeah. I wish Batwing Broom was able to be used, but it has white and black in it. Oh, it's so sad. This card's so cool. Holy fuck, this card's $7. It's $3 for the list copy. Cauldron Haze, do you know how much Cauldron Haze is? It's like $4. Anyway, we're so off topic. I'm ready to stop the stream.
Perfect.
We're off the rails.
Hit me with the personal question, and then while you ask, let's pick somebody to raid.
Yeah. Do you have to do the raid simultaneously? How does this work with the split streaming?
Yeah, you kind of do it on your own, and then I will close the stream on my end. I see. Yeah, like we raid normally, close the stream normally. You can just kind of like, when it comes to ending the stream, you can kind of ignore the stream together thing, and it will collapse. It will fold up nicely, like it's a little Harry Potter house.
Beautiful. Who do we have? Are Table Jocks like still live? Are they still doing their thing?
No, I think that was a weekend only thing. My friend from earlier, Beard Princess, is live. My other friend, Brouhaha, is live. Do you have any preferences?
Let me look at same category. I always like to rate someone who's doing like a commander stream or something similar to what we're like actually yapping about, because it's kind of weird to just drop people into like a vintage cube or like a or
Voxy is doing
games.
Aetherdrift Limited if we want to spread the hate of Aetherdrift.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now we need a stream message. That is, I mean, it's Voxy, so I think it can be off the wall, but I always worry with my chat because we get so fucking weird that we're going to be too weird. We're going to breach containment.
Like I think just all caps, this set sucks! Exclamation point! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
But I'm already Mr. Contrary.
This set rocks.
My ask is, where's the last ride?
I like that one. I'm gonna ask my chatters to say you missed lethal.
Okay. It's Voxy. It's where's the last ride from me. Everybody, go follow 33elk on Twitch. Go subscribe to them on YouTube. Go watch their videos. They're very funny. They're very smart. I have no idea if/when we'll be streaming again, but I will let you know. We're going to go raid Voxy. Everybody have a tremendous day. Thank you for coming to watch, and please stay toxic. Now we're going to wait 4 seconds together for the raid to get ready. Okay, go, go, go. YouTube, that's just going to be it for